USB around. USB. This should be a USB, I think. Yes, indeed, the countdown has begun. Let's go. Share the knowledge time. What up to all my DJs out there tuning in? Don't mind me while I try out a little something. Will that fit? Yeah, that should fit, right? Are we getting power? I don't see it yet. Oh wait, I gotta switch Twitch real quick. I think Twitch is probably still on music instead of the just chatting. I want to make sure y'all know what's going on. Oh no, I already fixed that. Never mind. Alright, let that countdown continue. Why am I not getting power though? Are you not in all the way? That should be working. Or am I tripping? Oh, okay. I'm tripping. Cool. Just want to set up that extra cam for a sec. Happy day, what up? Can I buy Newmark V7 in 2021? I don't know if they still sell that. If they don't sell it new, which I kind of doubt, you should be able to get that second hand though. In the meantime, I'm trying out something real quick. Let's see if that's the right angle to do this. Something like this. Can I point that towards the table? Let me see, is that working? Yeah, that's kind of working. Let me twist that a little bit. Yeah, whatever. That's cool enough. That is cool enough. All right. Yo, I'll let the countdown continue. So that means that we haven't started yet, even though we clearly already started now. Swen, what's going on? DJ Waves, what's going on? Mad Red. Mario, what up? Hey, Mario. Salute. Styles Johnson in the building. Yes. DJ Superior. Okay, that's what I wanted to check. So, Superior, I'm glad you're asking. I need to know how that mic sounds when I have it here, like this. If you feel it sounds a little bit distorted, let me know. I mean, I can actually check for a second. Let me just open up Twitch and add the volume. Say one more thing. Check. Say one more thing. Check. It sounds a little bit clipped. Let me open up the ATEM software. Let's see how hot it's coming in. I'm testing my new wireless mics, the Wireless Go 2. You can use like a lav mic and connect it to this, but you can also just use this as the microphone. But let me see, is that thing coming in hot? Oh yeah, that is way too much. Why are you so hot though? Let's see, where can I lower that? Here? Check, 1 2 1 2. Check. And now let me see in OBS. Okay, now let me hear it in Twitch. Let me see how that sounds. Microphone check 1 2 1 2. Microphone check 1 2 1 2. I think this should sound better. I'm guessing it was just the mic was coming in a little bit too, yeah, it was just coming in too hot. Ed Random, you said you don't like the mic. There's no low end. Papa was good. What's good? What's good? What's good? No low end. Let me hear that one more second. Let me go back to Twitch. Or actually, I can do that just by using the headphones, so I don't have to do it over the speaker. Let me just hear how that sounds real quick. Let's keep the headphones up. Let me check my stream elements. Turn that off. Yes. Where's my Twitch? Here we go. All right, that is coming in. But that's mono, isn't it? I'm only hearing my my right side right now. Or is that coming through in stereo here? Wait, can I adjust that? All right, let me first turn this off. We don't need that countdown anymore. We're done. Let me see, is there a way to turn this from mono to stereo? I mean, there's probably a setting in the microphone though. No, not yet. I literally just took this out the box and I haven't tested it yet. All right. So if you're only getting the right side, I'm gonna think to switch that up. Let me. And then I'll start answering some questions, by the way. I see the questions already, so I needed to go wireless today because I gotta start selecting my vinyl for the stream on Monday. And I'm not gonna have time later in the week. So I'm gonna be doing that today while I'm answering questions. And at the same time, I thought, let me just try out the Wireless Go. But of course, we do want to have like normal stereo audio. And otherwise, I'll have to just find one of my lav mics and connect the lav mic to the Wireless Go. So then the only question is, where's my lav mic? All right, let me see. Let me get the chat back in here because I'm not seeing my chat right now. Timbuktu, what's going on? Salute to you. So Papo, I'm not connecting. I'm actually going with a mini jack, to mini jack, from that Wireless Go into the A10 Mini Pro. That is what I'm using right now. That is a brand new cable, but still, you never know. 1 second. So this mic is probably going to be a little bit hot now again. Oh, lower. It's not hot. No. Back to this one. That's better. All right, so let me just grab this little puppy right here. I mean, I think they're dope. I still have to check them out. But this is like a transmitter that will send your audio to a wireless receiver. And yeah, I mean, I have a wireless kit from Rode that I used to use. And if you compare the sizes with those, that's freaking crazy. Like, I mean, this is the old kit. So that's a receiver and a transmitter. Look at the size of this one. And that does not have an onboard mic. This has an onboard mic. Now there is probably a little switch to maybe turn it from mono to stereo. I should check a tutorial, but I haven't done that yet. So yes, right now you're only hearing one side, but I'm gonna fix that. Or does anyone have this system and does anyone already know how to turn that from stereo to mono? Did I make a good whoa, that went out of the frame quick. I'm gonna open my chat window on the other side so I can see everything. But for now, we'll just go here and let's see if this is stereo now. Check 1, 2. Is that still mono? I think that's still mono. Yep. Or is it not switching to the other mic yet? Wait, it's using both? No. No. Okay, so then it's probably not this one. The crackling of death, yes indeed. Do you think it's a smart idea to make a website for DJs to download mashups? Well, look, I think it's always important as a DJ to have a social presence, no matter what the case may be, COVID or not, mashups or not. I think it's always good to have like a presence, not just to be on social media, but also to have like one place where people can find all of your information. That could be a pretty basic website. But if you also do mashups, then you can have the mashups on that site as well. I mean, it's not as expensive anymore to like make a website. You can even get like websites that are just will work straight out the box using like services like Bandzoogle. They have like templates, and your website can work straight away. So what I want to do real quick is I want to try the other one. See if that one's mono as well. I mean, I'm not going to look up a tutorial right now. But there's probably an easy fix for this problem. Hip hop is hard to mix into R&B. No, it's not. I don't think so. To me, there's actually no difference between mixing hip hop and R&B. If we're strictly talking from a technical aspect. Okay, so let me see. Let me turn this one on. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. That's also just the right side, isn't it? So you get two of these mics, of these transmitters, and they can both be on a channel. Sorry, that's too loud. But now they're both still on one side, so then it's not the mics. Let me turn this one off again. Bye-bye. Let's try another cable real quick. All right, let's see. Is that better? Is that stereo? No, it's not. Okay, none of that is working. All right, let me do some questions first because I'm missing out. I'm missing out. Let's see. Let's see. DJ Phil the Real, salute to you. Sven, what's going on? RC3, yes, I am going to mess with the Rain 1 once I get my hands on it, but that's not the case right now. Uh, Still haven't had a chance to try that out. Kawi, what up? No, Papo, I know, but I mean, this cable actually comes with the device. This is meant for it, so that should be working. Marxist. Yeah, man, that's that pandemic weight, bro. Roadrunner was good. Just started using Serato for the first time. Any tips using it? Got the Newmark Serato Scratch Mixer and Technics 1200. Um, any tips for using Serato? I mean, there's plenty of like tutorials online you can check, and just start to have fun. Just start playing with it. Like that's number one. Just start playing with it, and if like any of the features are unclear, just take a look at a tutorial that'll show you exactly what everything does. But look, there's a couple of things you need to know in order to start playing with it. You need to know how to load tracks into your decks and um, how to get everything working with the control vinyl and the mixer. But all of that is available online once you have that working. So once you can get the sound coming from the set, then you can start playing and having fun. And I mean, there's like plenty of tutorials online that can help you with that. RC3, I'm actually not sure if I ever got that second scratch video. That's a good question. I have to look that up. Oh, I'm sorry, Ravi. I just saw that I misread your question indeed. So no, the answer is no. For me, like mixing hip hop is mixing the same as R&B, and mixing hip hop into R&B or R&B into into hip hop. I mean, it's kind of intertwined. Same type of structure. Um, Tempo wise, it's also yeah, quite easy to do. So yes. Um, I want to try something else out with this one because you can also connect it to the computer and then it turns into an audio interface. I want to see if OBS can recognize it. See if we can use it using USB-C. I'm going to do that while I read the next question. What are some tracks, tracks in hip hop and R&B? Oh, wait, let me make sure I read the question right. And New Jazz, I see your question as well. I do not know the answer for that for the fair price of 1200s. So Robbie says, what are some of the tracks in hip hop and R&B have found hard to mix in each other, where you have to keep moving the jog wheel to get in time? I'm not clear on the question, I have to be honest. Mulberry, good day to you. Let's see. Styles Johnson has a question. While DJing in Serato, can you use two streaming services at once? No, you have to switch. Yeah. So within Serato, you could use stuff like Tidal, BeatSource, Link, SoundCloud, but you can only use one at a time. So you have to switch in between. DJ SRI or Sri, salute. I see you in the super chat. What's the best advice for a new DJ after all the basics are covered? I guess just practice, right? Yeah, Mad Red. I mean, that's just one of the most important things just to do. So, like, even for me, when there was a period like a year ago or a little bit longer that I started to DJ a bit less, and after you haven't done gigs in a while, you start to get like rusty. So it's something. I mean, I'll never unlearn how to DJ, but to be really in it, you have to do it. And once you have all the basics covers, that means that you won't have to think when you're doing anymore, right? So when you're starting out and when you're practicing, you're still thinking. when you're doing the beat matching, okay, what am I hearing? Okay, that means I have to do this with the pitch, and then I have to nudge. At a certain point, you're not thinking. That's all second nature. So then you can start to really focus on what you're doing musically. Um, Let me see if I can get that USB-C over here. If we can get that to work. It's fun for me to experiment. I mean, I understand that for some of you it might be like, hey, why is he always like messing around with stuff? For me, this is the perfect time because I just don't always have time to do stuff like this. So I'll use whatever opportunity I can get to try stuff out. And I don't mind doing it during streams. You get to see me struggle and get to see me fix things, try out new things, make things work. Okay, I'm connecting it to my computer now. And then I'm going to see if I can open it in OBS as an audio input device. Let me see. I see different questions on different sides. Ways. Do you think upgrading your equipment is important, or does size really matter? It's only important if you feel that there's something missing from your equipment. So if you're using something and it's not doing what you want it to do, then you should be looking at ways to fix that. Okay, so let me see. Which ones is it finding? Yeah, it's finding you. All right. So 1 second. Turning this one off. Check 1, 2. Okay, same issue. Yeah, I guess it's something I may have to fix in software or something. Because they made these devices especially to use this way, and it shouldn't be coming through mono. I already tried different cables, so that shouldn't be it. And now I'm going through USB, so I'm not using an audio cable at all. It's buzzing. Oh, that's an older remark, I guess. I'm not hearing anything. I'm listening on Twitch right now. I only have my right channel, but I have no buzz anywhere else. Yeah, so okay, I'm gonna leave this like this, and in the meantime, I'm gonna look up some information. Yeah, I'm gonna do that now, actually, Master Lou, because before that I was connected in a different way. So now I'm actually now I have it connected as an audio interface, and let's see what we can do here. Where is it? All right, check 1, 2. That's probably actually something I could have done with the other connection as well. So Master Lou, thank you for that. That helps. All right, cool. I am gonna put it back in here because I want to walk around and I don't want to hold that in my hand the entire time. Don't need this anymore. I know y'all can hear me now. I know that's working. 1 sec. Just take that cable out. Yeah, we're still good, right? Yeah, we are. All right, and that is looking okay as well. Yeah, definitely. Sven, is it a big deal to transfer the skills I learned on the NS7 to timecode vinyl? I don't know. I don't think it's. I mean, using the NS7, you are used to the vinyl feel. You're used to the motorized platters. So the adjustment, the only thing is you're gonna go from the 7-inch platter to a 12-inch platter, but the feeling is the same. I used to love my NS7 for that. It had that exact same feeling. Mulberry, that's the Rode Wireless Go 2. So it's a microphone, it's a transmitter. You can also connect other mics to it. And yeah, it's a wireless system. So I used to use these big ones right here. And the new ones are like super small, and these don't have an onboard mic. So I can have this in my pocket and a live mic, or now I'm just using the device itself. So I assume my other microphones might have a better sound, better audio quality, but this is very convenient, I have to say. All right, so like I said in the beginning, I'll be answering questions, but in the meantime, I also need to look at my vinyl. I need to start getting that ready for Monday. Crates on Monday, make sure you don't miss it. It's time for another all vinyl edition. Every last Monday of the month, my Crates is a vinyl edition. So that's coming this Monday. Andy Newton, thank you for following. Yeah, Martin Green, I saw Martin Green. So Roadrunner, looking for active speakers, need loud ones. Anyone in the chat, if you have suggestions for active speakers for Roadrunner, let them know in the chat. Let them know. Issue, what's going on? What do you think? What makes a song hit? What makes a song hit? So you mean like a hit song? What makes it a hit song, or what makes a song hit like audio wise? In what way do you mean? Let's see. Most gracious lady, thank you for following as well. Martin Green had a question as well. Where is it? I saw that. Can I play my reloop turntables with Pioneer Record Box? I have Mixers Duo with Serato. You mean Record Box DJ, the DVS software? I mean, with all of the DJ software, when it comes to DVS, that works with any turntables. So yes, that will work with reloop. So if you're currently using it with Serato and Serato timecode vinyl, if you get the Record Box timecode vinyl, then you can use it with that. So yes, that will work indeed. New Jazz, what's going on? All right. Skilligan, my thoughts on Rain 1. I think it's dope, but I haven't tried it yet. I'm going a little bit back and forth because I saw I missed a lot of things. Brian, salute. Brian Tau. What else? Robbie says, have you checked out the house and UK Garage DJ Easy? He uses a lot of the functions on the mixer, a lot of echo, reverb, pass filter when doing transitions. I don't believe I know DJ Easy, but yes, in certain genres, you do have a lot more room to manipulate your audio. So a lot of times when it comes to like hip hop and R&B mixes, transitions, a lot of times you're dealing with short transitions, like 8 bars, sometimes even shorter. Within those 8 bars, most likely you're not going to do a lot more than your EQ, and maybe at the end you do something with an effect like an echo or you name it. But if you have the option to do like longer transitions, and with a lot of house music you can actually do longer transitions, then you have the option to start really messing around with the sound. And then yes, you can bring in a lot more like reverbs and filters and you name it. So yes, indeed. So I don't know that particular DJ, but I do know that with certain genres, it happens a lot more. DJ Wave says, DJs say there's such a thing as too much scratching, yet turntablism is all about scratching. Well, first off, turntablism is not all about scratching. That's an element of turntablism. Turntablism is using your turntables as a musical instrument by manipulating the songs and sounds you're using. Now, of course, scratching is a big part of that, but so is backspinning, beat juggling, uh, 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 drumming, and not the finger drumming, but drumming by using kicks and snares on the record and moving it back and forth to create patterns. So all of that is turntablism. Now within turntablism, there's not going to be someone who's going to tell you like there's such a thing as too much scratching, even though you could imagine if there was like a turntablism battle and one DJ is doing his routine, her routine, and it's a routine that is a combination of beat juggles, maybe even a mix and scratching, and the other DJ does 5 minutes of scratching, I would also say that's too much scratching. You should have shown more. But within turntablism, it is important. If you're DJing and you're DJing for people, so you're not doing a showcase, you're DJing for people, you are there to entertain those people, to play music. There is definitely a thing as too much scratching when you're just playing in a club, playing for people, there to make them dance. So in that case, yes, I always try to be subtle and pick my moments for scratching. So if you watch my live streams when I'm mixing, a lot of times within my transition, I will take like a couple of bars in the transition and use half of it for a normal transition. The second half, I'm scratching with a sound from one of the two songs until the other song goes into a chorus or a verse. But I'm not spending like 2 minutes scratching between every song. That would be just way too much. Do I like to mix between vinyl and Serato? No, I've actually only done that once or twice. Um, and that was more because something wasn't really working with the software, and I'm talking in my beginning days, or I believe I had some sort of issue, and in that time I would still bring some vinyl, so then I played some vinyl and some Serato, but normally I don't really mix it up because I'm normally not bringing vinyl. Now maybe one day I'm doing a set here, and if for any reason I really want to play a certain track and I don't have it in the computer, but I know I have it in the wall, I might just break it out and use it. Yeah, Vegas Royal, indeed, like Scratch Happy. I mean, I've seen that with certain turntablists who wanted to make the transition into club DJing, and some just weren't ready for it. They really approached it from that showcase turntablism standpoint, and they were doing like way too much scratching. And once you turn something into a showcase, people will stop either to look to see what you're doing, or because maybe they even like it, but they're watching. Now they're standing still and watching. That's not what you want in a club. You want people to be moving and dancing. So uh Queen Caesar says, what are some good practice techniques that DJ can do when they practice? Ooh, that is a very broad question. Is there anything specific you have in mind? Best scratch needle. I don't think there's such a thing as a best scratch needle. What is in the frame? Is that you? Yeah, that's you. So I don't think there's such a thing as a best scratch needle. People have their preferences. Now, of course, the legendary M447 by Shure was a well-loved needle. I really loved to use that one as well. It was just way more stable compared to like the Stanton needles that I was using before that. But after that, I switched to Ortofon and used a lot of the Ortofon needles for a long time. And I could do my thing well with both of those. So, but some DJs will tell you that they have one like perfect needle for them. Special J, I should be getting my hands on the vinyl, the VNLs by Ortofon anytime soon, hopefully. I'm working on it. And for now, I'm using the Ortofon S120s. They were made specifically for Serato. I got the Q-Birds, and I got a couple of different ones. I still have some old Stanton needles laying around as well. I still have a couple of M447s as well. And I want to try the Jaico needles that are replacements for that M447. Never fold. Thanks for the follow. All right, this is a question we'll see a lot. Kofi is asking the question, what is the best DJ controller for beginners? A lot of them. Any controller that's not going to cost you too much and has a nice set of features is just a great place to start. So it all depends on your budget, first of all, but then it could be one of the entry-level Pioneer controllers, one of the entry-level Newmark controllers, even some of the entry-level Hercules controllers now, like an Impulse, like 300 or 500. Now the 500 is not entry-level. I think the 300 is. DDJ 400 and 200 from Pioneer. I mean, there's a lot of entry-level mixers that have a good amount of features there. And if you're just starting out and you don't want to spend too much, you couldn't really go wrong with any of that. Roadrunner, I'd say probably 27 going on 28 years now, DJing. Yeah. Philip Tan, what's up, man? My mixer lets me cut off my microphone from my booth speakers. This means no feedback, but I can't hear my mic echo either. When streaming from home, how important is it to be able to hear your own voice and echoes? So for me, when I'm streaming, I hear my mic in my headphones. I don't even have my speakers playing that loud, actually. So the microphone is coming through the speakers, but because it's not that loud, I don't really hear it through the speakers. But I have my headphones on and I can clearly hear my mic there. So when I'm talking, like when I'm talking to you guys in the chat while I'm mixing, I'll have the headphones on and I can hear everything clearly. So that's the way I love to do it, because I do enjoy hearing myself. Even now, I know the audio is working. And I mean, we fixed the stereo mono problem. I can see right here in OBS that the signal is coming through, but still it sounds weird for me not to hear myself in headphones right now. My sound is not coming out of any speakers, so I'm just hearing my natural sound, which should be good enough. But somehow, because I know that I'm broadcasting and we got all of these electronics going on, I'm used to be able to monitor my voice. So yeah, I understand where you're coming from, but for me, the headphones really fix that issue. Now, I could plug in headphones, what I normally do, but I don't have them on because I'm supposed to walk to that wall and get some vinyl, but I'm still talking and I'm still reading questions. So let's see. Bushnik Selector, what's the best way to grow my SoundCloud and YouTube following? The best way? Well, first of all, it's not that easy to get people to just come to your SoundCloud or YouTube. So it's not that you can just tell people to come check out your channel. I mean, you can do that, but that never works. You see people do it sometimes on YouTube, like in the comments, you'll see people say, hey, please check out my channel. Now, how many of you actually go and check out someone's channel when they say, hey, go check out my channel? I'm willing to guess it's going to be probably none of you. I think it's going to be a different way to go about that. Never fold. I appreciate that donation to the fullest. And wait, just to continue my train of thought before I forget. Don't you just love technology? Seeing the donation actually on screen and actually seeing the notification coming through. That's always fun. But anyways, look, in order to grow, so first off, you need to make sure you actually have content and try to be consistent with content on YouTube. On SoundCloud, it's most likely going to be mixes. You need to find places online where you know people are into what you're playing. So let's say you make a hip hop mix with a certain type of hip hop track, certain type of artist. You can go online, you can go on social media, you can go on Instagram, you name it, and you can search for a hashtag with that artist and find people that are talking about that artist. You can then join that conversation. Not joining the conversation by chiming in by saying, check out my SoundCloud, but if they're talking about an artist that you like and you know stuff about, you chime in, you share your 2 cents, you actually become part of that community. If you have some value to add, it becomes easier for people to notice you and maybe check you out. So it's about visibility, being there, being active. Like Let's just take Twitch as an example. So for me, and I see a lot of things going on here. I'll check that in a second. D-Boy talking about an injury. But so for me on Twitch, when I started I have this channel. I've had this channel for a couple of years. I never used it, but I just made an account. I do that with a lot of social media. I'll just make an account and have it there so my name is secure. I do that with a lot of platforms. But when I started to actually stream on Twitch, it's not like a lot of people just came jumping in and because they follow me on YouTube, they come to Twitch. It doesn't work like that. Even now when I'm streaming and I start a stream on my YouTube channel, I'll tell people to check out my Twitch. A lot of them will not switch. So what is more useful, and yes, I on the one hand do it because I actually like those people, but it's also a tactic. I went online to see what's going on Twitch. So it is curiosity. I was doing some broadcasts. I wanted to see who else is doing stuff. And I ran into a lot of DJs, like I open Twitch, who's online. Okay, I see DJs. Some of these DJs I don't even know, but out of curiosity, I click. I check their broadcast, their live stream, and if it's any good, I'm there in the chat. What's going on? Salute from Amsterdam. They're playing a dope track. Dope. I love this artist. Mind you, I'm doing this because I'm actually interested and I really like what they're doing. Now, in some cases, the streamer might see me and they'll be like, hey, cool, thank you. With a lot of the other streamers, they see me and they recognize my name and they're like, yo, hey, it's DJ TLM. Yo, guys, make sure you follow him right here. And they'll come check out my channel. So I'm not promoting my channel. I'm not going to people's Twitch and go to the chat to say, yo, I'm on Twitch, come check me out. But I become part of the community. I go into the chat, I see a DJ, I like what they're doing. I'll let that DJ know. I'll salute that DJ, shout him out, shout her out. And sometimes, like I said, it's only like they'll say thank you and that's it because they don't know me. And that's going to happen a lot. A lot of people won't know me. Some others will. And sometimes even when the DJs that don't know me, some other people in the chat will be like, hey, yo, TLM, I didn't know you were on Twitch. Click, and they'll go to your channel. So, of course, my situation might be a little bit different because I do have a following on certain platforms, but still, you're going to have to be present, show your presence on any new platform in order to grow. So it's all about being consistent with actual content. So if people come check your platforms out, they can find content. But you're going to have to make yourself known by just being part of that community. That's the only thing I can say now. Yo, Fresh Prince, yes, Monday was a lot of fun. Monday was a lot of fun. To me, you're one of the best turntablists. So I'll go as far to say that I'm definitely not one of the great turntablists. So greatest is a totally different planet, but I'm not even in the great category when it comes to turntablism. There are a lot of DJs that are way better, way more technical when it comes to like turntablism, but like speaking for my own country, the Netherlands, I won't speak about the world, but for instance, I know when it comes to like my country, and I was talking about this earlier when a lot of turntablists wanted to make the transition to club DJs, that for a lot of them it didn't work. I started out playing music and learning about turntablism, but especially here in the Netherlands, I'm not afraid to say that I know there's no one here who can combine playing a club style with turntablism. The way I incorporate turntablism into my club sets, that's me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not afraid to say that. There's DJs here that can rock the party a bit harder than me. Yeah. There's a couple I know that are really dope. There's turntablists here in the Netherlands that are better at turntablism than me. But when it comes to that combo, not many people are going to be messing with me. And I enjoy that way of playing. I think I have a way of translating that when I play, the actual joy that I have for it. and being able to bring a little bit of that turntablism technique into a club set, having that club energy and still adding that, I believe that is what makes it enjoyable to watch and hear. But I appreciate the compliment, but I'm just too real to just accept the compliment and be like, yes, I am one of the greatest, because I just know so many dope turntablists that will beat me all day in like a battle. So Vinyl Touch, in no way does that mean like I'm selling myself short. I'm just being like really realistic. Like, I accept compliments all the time, and I appreciate all the love. But like I would never call myself like one of the great turntablists just because I know so many that are on a higher level. But again, when it comes to the combo, I'm there, baby. Yes. So Devriz, like you said, like a DJ battle in the Netherlands would be dope. Here's the thing. Turntablism kind of died here. There's no other way to put it. There's no other way to put it. Like, there was a time in the mid 90s to late 90s that turntablism had sort of its blooming moment here. We were getting more material from the States. This was around the time that we started to get like more material, seeing like a lot of the turntablists from there. So we started to see like the Q-Birds and the Mixmaster Mics and the Executioners, and then ITF came in with the ITF battles. First it was only the DMC battles, but then you got the ITF battles, and we got like the Beat Junkies, and more people here. At that time, Fat Beats just started here in Amsterdam as well. So we were starting to get more into it. And at a certain point, battles started to really come. So of course you had DMC, but that wasn't really that big. Then you had a couple of local things that really started to pick up, and we got some nice turntablists out of that era. But I remember I judged a DMC battle like a couple of years later. I think this was somewhere in the early 2000s or maybe mid 2000s. I don't remember exactly. And I was going to be one of the judges, or I was one of the judges. And I think in that venue, that was the Melkweg, the Milky Way in Amsterdam, I think there were between 30 and 40 people in attendance. That's counting staff, jury, and the competing DJs. I swear there were like 10 to 20 people in the audience, maybe, max. That was like a clear sign, like, okay, when it comes down to it, like, turntablism is not gonna pull people. And I don't know if any battles happened after that. I know DMC did continue. The other battles, I think, just stopped. I've seen some DJ competitions after that, but they were like just normal DJ competitions, not turntablism. So yeah. DJ Flipside, what's going on? Salute, salute, salute. Yeah, Flipside, I think I see your emails come through all the time, but at like totally different times. What time zone are you in again? It's Mickey, thank you. Swen, I definitely know the song The Format by AZ. Would I call that a banger or a warm-up song? So here's the thing. Okay, Chicago, so that's, I think, 6 hours behind, 5 or 6 hours. It's 8 p.m. here right now. And I think you do a lot of your streams in your evening time, so that's like the middle of the night for us. Yeah. Crazy difference. Wait a minute, I saw something. Oh yeah, AZ The Format. I wouldn't call that a warm-up track, just because of the type of energy it has. But then again, I wouldn't really call it a banger just because a lot of parties where I would play, like, most people wouldn't really know it. So energy wise, it would be like nice and up there. But yeah, I think I don't know, it's somewhere in between. I think I would use that track like going from the warm up to, let's say, time to increase the energy. I think the track will fit there perfectly. But the energy of it is just a little bit too much to say I would call that a warm up track. But it definitely depends on the crowd as well. Yeah, 100%. Like if you have a crowd where you know everyone knows certain music, you can plan a track for a different time. Mo Berry, did the Netherlands fall in the CDJ groove? I think we were really like, this is CDJ country all the way. Like really, a lot of DJs when the CDJs came out switched to the CDJs. Also because we didn't have Serato, we only had Final Scratch, and they had like this patent thing going on where Serato couldn't be sold here, but Final Scratch had some issues. A lot of vinyl DJs tried Final Scratch. They saw that it wasn't reliable enough, so they all went the CDJ route. So yeah, a lot of times when I play in clubs, I have to make sure they like bring the turntables from the basement or the attic, because normally they'll have like a CDJ setup, and I have to double check when they say they have. Yeah, we have turntables. I have to double check to make sure, yo, do you have, or what kind of turntables do you have? Because I've been there that they told me like, yeah, we have turntables, and then I walk into the spot and it's a set of CDJs, because some of these new promoters, they just don't know. They think like, hey, DJs use turntables. The Pioneer stuff is turntables, when it's not. But yeah, CDJ country to the fullest. Yeah, also because we have, of course, we like our house DJs are a big export product, and they really were into the CDJs. So a lot of new DJs see their heroes using CDJs, so then that becomes the logical step for them. Yo, salute to y'all in the chat. Y'all getting it on right here. Yeah, flip side, I feel you. Like that's the thing here. Like with certain things, I already knew. Like a lot of times, I would have like I would send my rider, and the rider would have like turntables, and I would let them know like I needed most of the times like an S9. But I already knew in advance. Like with a lot of clubs, a lot of venues, they don't have it. They can rent it, but then I have to like that might be a negotiation point where my fee has to go down because they only have a certain budget. So I would just bring my S9. Like as long as they have the turntables, I'll come in with the S9. I mean, put it in the middle, get everything connected. But yeah, CDJ country for sure. Love the 3000s though. I had them here for a couple of weeks. They'll be back in, I think, 3 or 4 weeks. So I can play with them some more. Super dope. Russell, what's going on? Oh yeah, by the way, make sure you check out Flipside right here on Twitch as well, while we're at it. Because I don't know how much, I see a lot of alerts. So, I mean, you stream how many days a week? Like, you're consistent with it. Because we were talking about growth, like, on different channels. But, I mean, it's the same with Twitch. Like, the consistency is important. Like, wow, yeah, 5 days. That's heavy, bro. So even for me, I try to stay consistent, even though, so I'm now up to like 3 streams a week, but that's like 1 mix stream, then this stream, and on Sunday, I just share my screen while I'm working. I know you do the same thing with the Ableton stuff you do. So I do that on Sunday, like I'm editing videos or I'm working with Machine, and every 2 weeks, I do a mix on Friday. But yeah, staying consistent is it's rough. But especially in times like this is the greatest outlet we have, man. Debris, geen probleem. Altijd. Ik ben hier elke woensdag, dan weet je dat. Aha. Yeah. I see you, Flip. Yep. Yeah, Mo Berry, the 3000, the workflow on them is crazy. Like I love working on them. Everything is smooth and fast. That screen is incredible. It gives me like the overview I need. And those jog wheels were like butter. Butter, butter, butter. Spin Free DJs, what up, what up? Yeah, it's not easy. I mean, I like the fact that the live streams, they push me. Like, it's not like making a YouTube video. It's easier to start making excuses, or things happen and you start to delay stuff. And with your streams, it's like, yo, that's the date. You got to do it then. You got to go live. You can't really postpone that. Now I run late sometimes. I've done streams where I had to go on like 3 hours later because I couldn't, but I was like, yo, I have to get to the studio and do the stream anyway. One day I was stuck at home in a blizzard, and I did that mix on the iPad using Algorithm DJ because I needed to do my set. So it's a nice push to help you to stay consistent, though. All right, but while I'm talking, I have to do what I said I was going to do. And that is, I need to start collecting my vinyl for Monday's mix because it's going to be the all vinyl edition. So I have to grab vinyl, and I don't prepare my sets. As you know, I play freestyle, but in this case, I can't play freestyle with this entire wall and with every track just go to that entire wall. So I need to have a couple of crates just next to me, and all I want to do is go through the vinyl, and when I see a track that gives me that feeling like, okay, that's something I might want to play, it goes into the crate. That is the only like prep I'm going to do, but I have to do it now because this Monday I'll be gone all day. I have to do 2 interviews, and I'll be interviewing. You're going to see that later on my YouTube channel, or on the Pioneer YouTube channel. But I'll be doing that, and I'll be at like a studio where they have like a massive green screen and stuff, and cameras set up. Probably gonna do like a couple of short videos for my own channel. So I won't be back in the studio until I have to start streaming. So I won't have any time to prepare my vinyl then. So I have to make sure I just grab stuff now so that when I come in on Monday, the set will just be ready to go and make it happen. Okay, I want to scroll back before I get to the vinyl. I see D-Boy here with the injury. So let me see. He's talking about a wrist injury. So let's see what happened to you. And in the meantime, I see DJ Edward asking me, what do you have in the booth when you play? Snacks, drinks, candy, water. Water, that's what I have there. And that's basically it. Marco, DJ Campos, what's going on? Salute to you. Hey, Gus Gomez, I saw your name come by. But I have to find D-Boy's message real quick. What happened with the wrist? I think I'm almost there. Where is he? Okay, I seem to have an injury to my wrist from the daily scratch exercises. Woo! Any tips for warming up? Oh, okay. No, not really. And I think Vess already named the channel. I think you should check that out. But no, not really. I mean, I've had it happen that I had to do a gig and it was like really cold, and you come in and your hands are like cold and you can feel the stiffness in your hands. Yeah, basically I just try to warm my hands up, but I don't even do like wrist like warm up exercises or anything. I just basically I get in there and I go, and I don't know. I haven't really had issues with the wrist like that though. I can't say. Yeah, Gus, I've done the all vinyl set like 2 or 3 times now. It's every last Monday of the month. It's just a lot of fun. It's so much fun. Yes, you have the things that you forgot about, like the records are skipping, and you're not gonna be able to loop. Some stuff might end and you're not ready. But I run into a lot of tracks that I don't have digitally. That's cool. And just the feel of everything is just a little bit different. And I mean, I'm having a ton of fun doing that. And when I get more prepared, it's only gonna get better. Vader Mix, thank you for following. Phase record box. Yeah, I mean, I haven't read the rest of that, but I mean, I've heard DJs talk about the drift issues. I've basically never had that, and I know a lot of DJs who don't have the drift issues with Phase. And I've heard DJs talk about now since the last update that the drift issue has gone for them. So I'm not sure, but for me, Phase is my way to go, and I really trust working with it a lot. All right, I have to start. In a weird place. Because I also want to not just use hip hop, but go all over the place. Yo, flip side, no doubt, no doubt. Anytime. That's one thing people were talking about lately too, like what they noticed in the pandemic. I think we were talking about it here last week. Like there's a real camaraderie amongst DJs. Where I remember in the past, I heard a lot of DJs talk about they had to deal with a lot of like hating DJs not wanting to share. I'm not seeing that like during the pandemic especially on platforms like Twitch. I see a lot of DJs supporting each other in whichever way they can. That's really dope to see. Yes, original Fresh Prince. I was using Phase, so no, I was using. So I actually, because that DJ laptop I'm using, it's an old laptop, and it's starting to have a hard time. And I thought that was the issue when I was using the beta version of Serato with the new Phase. So I just took everything off, installed the fresh version of Windows, took it from there. Only have a couple of things installed, but I switched back to the last stable version of Serato because I think the beta was causing issues within the laptop. And Phase was actually the new firmware and the new Phase manager. So Phase was new, Serato was the last version. Yeah. And I was using the wires and everything, and that was steady as can be. So yes. When I tried the beta version of Serato on the studio computer with the latest version of Phase, the wireless thing actually worked. But on the laptop, I could just not get it to work. I think the laptop just can't handle it. That's what I think. All right, so this is coming from the top of my wall. That's just a lot of different old stuff, and this is the only thing that's really not sorted, because we can go from Robert Cray to Genesis like in one simple switch. And I'm just gonna see if there's anything in here. See, we're going from Star Wars to Graceland. Like it really goes all over the place. But I just want to take a quick peek to see if there's anything in here that I might want to add to what I'm going to be doing. Then we got System of a Down, and then Cat Stevens. So I don't even know, but I just know that I want to add Black Sabbath to Culture Club. I mean, we want to talk eclectic over here. What's this? What's this? What's this? See, that shouldn't be there. That should be in the compilation stack. That is okay, but it's a compilation of like soul. Yeah, for now I'll just keep it there. Oh, there we go. I need that there. Okay, this is one that can actually go. I bought a lot of those like secondhand like classical music things back in the days because I thought I was going to use them to same with this. I was going to use that to sample. Ended up I did not like sampling classic music, and I got rid of a lot of that stuff. I don't have a favorite transition, Ryan, really. I keep it really basic when it comes to my transitions, like really, really basic. A lot of times I will start a transition, the track I'm bringing in will have everything on the EQ set just normal. And as soon as I bring it in, I take out all the low end, all the bass on the existing track. And that's my like hard transition where you can straight away hear the new track. Or when the new track comes in, I'll have all the bass on the new track out. And then halfway through the transition, I'll switch to basses. But I think my favorite thing about transitions is having them playing together, synced up. And halfway through, I'll take a word from the track that I'm going to take out, hit the echo, take the bass out, and scratch with a word or sound from that track for the second half of that transition, and then just take it out. I love playing around like that, so yes. Mo Berry wants to celebrate Rare Earth. Yes, indeed. All right, that's one stack. Yes, that's the Apollo Solo USB for Windows. Yeah, Bushnik, like I said, that's like part of the collection. I'm gonna grab some more. That's like part of the collection where I just stored everything that is not hip hop, R&B, dancehall, electronic dance music, New Jack Swing, you name it. So in that part, you'll find the soul, the funk, the jazz, some pop, some rock, all together. Now, will I at some point like really also sort that out? Probably yes. That will make my life even easier. But it's part of my collection that won't get a lot of play, so it's not like a priority. But it would be dope at a certain point to also have that like totally figured out. Um, let's see. How often do you use effects? So I think the echo. I use the echo a lot. I use the filter a lot. But that's it. I'm really a super basic dude when it comes to my transitions. I don't do a lot with effects either. So, and an echo, I'll use that most of the time if I start to do a little bit of scratching within the transition. And if I have the low end is taking out of one track, I might also start to do a little bit of that high pass or low pass filtering on it. But yeah, that's basically it. Queen Caesar, what was that? When it comes to beat juggling and developing routines, what are some practice techniques that one can do to improve the skill set? Well, I mean, it all starts with a strong foundation. First off, that's where that begins. Like, you need to have the fundamentals really on lock, because, like we were talking about earlier, once you have those fundamentals on lock, and in this case, we're going to talk about just like turntablism as well. So when it comes to turntablism, backspinning. You should be able to backspin super smooth, like repeating one part of the song, super smooth, slower, faster, you name it. Dividing the record by tapping it, making sure you can get that tempo right. Like some of those fundamentals, those need to be like baked into your system so that when you start to listen to songs, you don't even have to think about that. You can just experiment straight away and you don't have to think about the techniques. You just find a sound and see what you can do with it. But you need to have the fundamentals on lock first. Flip side, I echo on every transition. Yeah, I mean, echo, like I said, I have the, I still have my my 909, my DJ M909 by Pioneer. That had two separate effect engines for each channel. So each channel had its own, and it had like 50 effects in there. I think I never used more than 3 or 4 of the effects. I'm super basic, super basic. And New Jazz says start slow, which is always important with any type of practice. Start slow. Vinyl Touch, my take on the scratch bank is I liked it, but I actually haven't used it since I first tried it. That might say something. Like I said, I do most of my scratching during transitions just by taking sounds that are in the actual songs that I'm playing. So it hardly ever happens that I mix in an instrumental and then load a sound to start scratching. If I would want to do that more, then I think the scratch bank would be perfect, because then I could have one song playing, the next I mix in is a instrumental, and as soon as my transition is done, I click on scratch bank and I can load up one of those scratch sounds. That's cool. But I find that I don't really do that while I'm playing freestyle. I think that would come more into play if I would have more of like a prepared thing going on. But I'm not sure. Deck swap, I don't think I've tried that yet. So yeah. But like something like a scratch bank is definitely not a game changer for me. No, no. I think it's a cool feature that maybe I'll utilize more in the future. But up until this point, like I said, I haven't found myself like really running towards it. Even though I've used that S11 in my last I don't know how many streams, like quite a few streams, and never really went for it. Best platform for DJs, Ryan, in what way? Yeah, that Vinyl Touch. I think, it's, like I said, that's the same for me. Like I tried it, and then it didn't really come back to me, and I haven't seen or heard much of it after that either. So like some of these records are like records that I actually just bought because I knew this is something I have to have. This is a great album. In some cases, it would be Vest. I have to disagree to the fullest, but I'll tell you, I'll explain why. So some I would get just off of name. Some I would buy because I just knew like, hey, this is a dope album. In some cases, because back in the days, I would always read all of the credits on my hip hop albums and CDs, and reading the credits, you would see all of the sample credits, and then you would read names. Wow, really? What? Oh, that looks like my old cat actually. But what happened to this though, you know? Okay, who remembers Free Record Shop? Wow. That was a record store here. Diverse Black Breakers. Dude, I don't even remember that. Okay, Ashford and Simpson. What else is on here? Melba Moore. Okay, might have to give that a listen. So Vest, real quick. S9 was my favorite mixer. S11 is my favorite mixer that I want to have because of the addition of the screen. That's the one thing I really liked about the 72 over the S9, but I prefer the S9 workflow, is the screen on that 72. So when that S11 came out, that screen alone is enough for me. Now on top of that, you can have the different performance bank features on 2 decks, so Q on one and something else on the other. That's all super dope, even though I've hardly ever used it yet. The S11 is my favorite mixer because it is an S9 on steroids. And even without using the scratch bank, my love for that mixer should be clear. It's on my wish list. SOS band still missing you. What is this doing in here? What is this? This is newer and it's Dutch, and I don't remember where I even got this from. Okay, I have to check that out, see if it even belongs in the collection. Ooh. All right, let me hold that here for now. Okay. Yeah, I gotta take that there for a sec. What was this again? No, not now. We got some Stones in here. Jethro Tull in here. South African Zoo hits. Got some Dylan here. Some Cannibal Adderley. Whoa. Okay, that is not supposed to be. But I have to say, I have like a stack probably this big right outside the door of records that are not in their sleeves that I have to sort out. So I guess this belongs there. I have to find that. We got Yusuf Ndur in here. Classical music right there. See, I'm just going to put my Santanas together now. Got the Pointer Sisters. Got the Columbia Gang. This is George Clinton. I know that for a fact. And I want that in that stack. I want my Isaac there as well. All right, let me grow my hair like that for next year. That would be a good idea, right? Let's do that. Wait, what did Serato say? What did I miss, Serato? What did I miss from Serato? I see y'all are pointing at Serato. I don't see that in my chat box here. Why not? Oh, here. Okay, there we go. The scratch band question. So let's bring it back. So I experimented with it once just to see if it works, and it works. But I just found in the last time I've been using the S11 for, I don't know, my last 5 or 6 streams. I just haven't utilized it, and that comes mostly because of the way I play. Like a lot of times when I'm doing transitions, I'll pick a sound from one of the 2 records, or not the outgoing song. I'll just pick a sound from there, hit the echo, take the bass out, and I'll use that for scratching. So in my transition, I already find a sound. So I never find myself actually like loading up instrumentals and going into the scratch bank to pick a scratch sound. So during my normal workflow, it hasn't happened. But like if it comes to like having something more prepared, I think then it's great to have something like that to feature handy. But I'll probably have the S11 here for at least a little while longer. So I'll make sure to do a proper test, and you'll see that on my channel a little bit later. So I'm not done like testing and experimenting for sure. Who else is in here? Mixmaster G is in the building. Our man from with the conversion tools. Roadrunner, how many records do I have? Whoo, it's a great question. I don't know. I mean, I counted them like a long time ago. At that time, it was, I think, around 15,000 or something. And I got rid of quite a few. Like, there was a lot of vinyl in there that was just like, to me, like, yeah, did not need to be in the collection. I used to get a lot of promo vinyl. And in that promo vinyl, there would be like a lot of stuff that you find out it's not dope, but you just keep it in your wall. And at a certain point, I was like, this is taking up so much space. Let me get rid of a lot. But it's still going to be a lot here. I don't know. It's still going to be like thousands and thousands, but I don't know how much. I have to check that one for a second. Yes, I want that one here. I need to check that one for a second. Heavy hitters, thank you for the follow, by the way. So Special J, I have not gotten around to do MIDI mapping with the S11. With the S9, I never found it necessary. I know there are some people out there that actually did MIDI mapping on their S9 to also make the performance pads on the channels work separately, I believe. I saw a video about that. But it was a hassle. Like you had to do like press a button for a couple of seconds, then press the other one. I don't know. Again, in my workflow, I haven't ran into situations where I thought like, I really need to have cue points open here and the slicer on the other deck. But again, if I wanted to do like routines, I can imagine that it's just so much easier to have the option to use that on different banks on different channels. So yes, I will probably look into that more, but I don't have to. Like with the S11 or like with the S7 here, you can already do that. I don't really have other wants when it comes to what I need on my mixer that I would have to do with like custom MIDI mapping. So I don't know. And by the way, of course, salute to Serato. Make sure you check out their channel. They have a lot of things going on. I mean, a lot of times it's also not in my time zone. But same with Flipside. Like I see all of the notifications come in, and a lot of times it's either when I'm already busy or it's late. But a lot of stuff going on there as well. Yeah, I mean, hey, only 300 records is still a nice amount. If those are 300 records that you all like, that are all playable, then you can do a lot with 300 records. Make no mistake. Let's see, Mixmaster G says, I think Silent Q under the sink is the S11 is one of the most used custom mappings. All right. Ah, Serato, that's nice. Hey, salute to Blakey. Yeah, man, since we had no ADE, there was no connecting with Serato like last October. That's already like going back to the October before that. That was when we had like we did the combined DJ City Serato thing. Yeah. I mean, for me, that's the perfect thing. Like living here in Amsterdam, Amsterdam Dance Event was always my way to be able to reconnect and also like connect with brands that I didn't have a connection with, because a lot of the brands like don't even have real representation in the Netherlands because we're that small. So with a lot of brands, they would have like distribution set up, and you would go to some of these like either ADE or Dance Fair, and the distribution company would be there for certain like DJ companies, and you would have people that had no knowledge at all. Like they would have no idea about us here. So yeah, connecting, like the internet has made it easier for me to connect with a lot of people, but ADE was always that place to like, hey, like reconnect, have that personal interaction, which is just so dope to do. Yeah, Mixed Master G, of course. Like October, we were fully in the whole lockdown thing. There was no ADE happening. I think they did some online stuff maybe, but I mean there was no we weren't connecting. Like we'll see what happens this year. We still have time. I mean they're really slow here with the vaccinations, but we'll see. I mean October is still pretty far away, so that would be really dope. All right, let's see. So for those just tuning in, I'm going through vinyl right now because on Monday for crates I'm doing an all vinyl edition. I do that every month. Every last Monday of the month, I'm doing my all vinyl editions. So if you want to check that out, make sure you check out Crates this Monday. It's always a lot of fun to me. Taking it back to the basics, but also running into a lot of tracks that I just don't have digitally yet. Styles Johnson wants to know where people should go for the S9 MIDI mapping. So chat, if you have any suggestions, please drop it. Oh, wait, which one is this again? Yeah, let's get that in there. That's the Love Unlimited. It's dope, but I don't need it now. Hey, we got Talking Book right there. Remember, I sampled this record for a beat. Let me put it in there for a sec. Got Maze in there. Okay, so now we're getting into that part where I find more songs, more tracks that I want to have in there. And I mean, I don't even know which ones I'm going to play, but I just want to make sure I have a nice selection ready to go. Or should I just add it? No, I don't think so. You know I got my brother Johnson in there. Yeah. No, not now. That is dope, but I'm not going to play that now. No. What is that? Okay. What up, Donna? Yo, what happened to some of these sleeves, though? You saw the other one, right? It looks like something came in and ate my sleeves. What the hell? That's weird, though. Hey, there we go. I mean, I got it digitally, but of course, I'm not playing digitally. You got The Best of My Love right there. Cool. No. Yeah, I know it's on there, but yeah, you gotta have that in there. I don't want to say I dislike the plastic sleeves, but the plastic sleeves make everything bigger. I used to hate it in my crates, like they would just not fit as well. Nice, but no, not now. No, not now. Love Sketches for Spain. Wait a minute, is it? Okay, it is in there. Felt like it wasn't in there. A lot of these strange compilation albums in there. Hey, shout out to my peeps from Full Force. Okay, so that's it for that side. I mean, it's cool to play like a couple of those joints in between all of the hip hop and R&B that I'm doing. Oh wait, I see Miss Rivales here. Is she claiming again? Is she claiming it again? No, those are not yours. I have them too. She always wants to claim that those are hers. Yours were in a separate bag. They should still be there. And by the way, some of these are in the plastic sleeves, but like these are better. These are like the don't take up a lot of space. Like some of these are the bigger ones, and then they make it harder to set them up in the crates. I mean, I just remember I didn't really like it. Lavender Links, what's going on? Maybe you haven't covered it. What's the process here? I have to preview the albums to do this. Do you just go by the artist, or are you familiar with these albums? So I'm familiar with these albums. I'm not like the most familiar with everything I see. So in some cases, I'll just go through while I'm playing and just listen real quick. In this case, what I could also do is, because I saw like one or two things that I had to take a listen to. So in this case, what I might just do in a sec is just grab the portable turntable and give it a quick listen. So that's an option. But in a lot of cases, I'm familiar with the songs or the albums, or I know of at least a couple of songs on that album that might be songs I'll use. So yes, it is about knowing your music, and a lot of times with this stack of vinyl, there might be like albums in there that I'm not all the way familiar with. It's a little bit different with hip hop, but most of the times it's like I can look at a sleeve and know straight away what's what. But there is some stuff in here that I haven't seen, and I remember last time I was playing with vinyl, I saw some vinyl I probably hadn't seen since like the mid 90s, late 90s. Then with some of those songs, you are like, okay, I need to hear this again. And then I'll just have to listen to it. Wow, Mo Berry, that is a sad day, bro. Friend of mine just had this recently with a water leak, a massive like, and it wasn't even water; it was like sewage. So it wasn't just vinyl, but like a leak can really, really mess up your stuff. Okay, Vess, I'll keep that in mind. I think I just saw a question. Someone asked me what I do in my free time. To be honest, there's not a lot of free time. That being said, um, like I'm not counting family time. So if I count family time, if I take that out, then family time is time that if you're talking about time that I'm not working, like on my music, broadcast, you name it, then there's the whole family aspect. So that takes up a lot of time. And if there's any extra time, that will most likely either be extra sleep or more quality time with the missus. That's basically it. Especially during this last year with the pandemic, I'm not one of the most like social people when I don't need to be. I love being around people and interacting, but I really enjoy being by myself as well. So during this last year, I never felt the need to go out to be with other people because I already have my family. So if I have some extra time, I'll prefer some extra sleep or having some extra time with the missus, like I said. So that is basically it for free time. Yeah. Best way to clean your vinyl? I don't know. I'm really bad at that. It's a fact. Like I'm really bad at certain things. I was never really into like keeping all my needles clean, turntables clean, vinyl clean. Like if people saw me back in the days, like my t-shirt was my vinyl cleaner. Like I would be wiping vinyl on my shirts all day. And vinyl lovers will tell you like that's not how you do it. Last vinyl I picked up is a copy of he's the DJ, I'm the rapper, Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, double vinyl. That is a fact that I actually know. Picked that up, I think, 4 months ago or something. We've been in lockdown for quite a few months now, so stores that even sell stuff like that haven't been open. So yeah, but Roadrunner, I don't have a wet sock when I'm like out on the road playing. That would be dope though, like having a wet sock when you go to gigs. Big tunes, yes. What did I do before I got DJ? Before I got into DJing? So I've been DJing for 27, 28 years now. So before I started DJing, I was actually still in school. I spent my time from 10 to 20. I spent most of my time playing basketball. That was like my main passion. I discovered hip hop around that time too, but that was just like a listening thing. Basketball was my thing. That was what I was always doing day in, day out, day and night. Sun rain, snow, it didn't matter. I was out with a basketball, always. Loved that. At a certain point, I did start to also this DJ at home, and took it from there. So, and I mean, I don't know, midnight. I don't want to say I don't want to say I dislike the question, and I definitely know you don't mean it that way. But your question takes me back to something that I, and with me, a lot of DJs have experienced a lot. The question is, when was the last time you had a 9 to 5 or regular job? I remember, like, in my earlier days, a lot of times when I received that question, when I would get into conversations with people and they would ask me, like, hey, what do you do? And I would tell them, like, I'm a DJ. And then they would be like, cool, but what do you do for work? So again, I know you don't mean it, but it brings me back to that. Like, a lot of times people did not take DJing seriously and just saw that as a hobby, when that in fact was my full-time occupation. Now, mind you, you're not sitting behind or standing behind turntables playing from 9 to 5. Most of the times you will have your gigs in the weekend. So no, again, I know you don't mean any disrespect with that at all. I understand. I'm just saying, like, a lot of times it was like that because a lot of people don't realize that if you're a DJ, it's not only about that time that you're spending in a club behind the decks. It's also all of those hours that you spend day in and day out practicing the craft, gathering your collection, and spending more hours on your passion, your craft, than someone would spend on a day job. So basically, in that way, I have had a few jobs, and one was that I worked in a record store, of course. So that was one thing I did, because in the beginning, when you start out DJing, and even when you start DJing for money, it's not enough to, like, support you fully, even though I was still young. I worked in a record store, so that is something I've done. I'm in Amsterdam. I worked in a coffee shop. That is something I did. And I've done some telemarketing, where you're just sitting in an office and you're calling people, like cold calls to sell stuff to people. And that's basically it. I found my passion early, and was able to make that my full-time thing quite early. And that has been my full-time thing. Now, mind you, it was not just playing in clubs. It was also being the tour DJ for an artist, in this case, Brainpower, an artist from Amsterdam. And I've been his tour DJ for 23 years now. And in the town, we've done over 3,500 live shows. So I had a lot of stuff going on, a lot of gigs, live shows, club gigs, back and forth, festivals, you name it. So that was it. There's not a lot to talk about when it comes to, like, other jobs before DJing. Basketball was the first passion. I was still in school. I was still in school when I was doing basketball and DJing, and basically took it from there. Roadrunner says, can you rap? Lol. Yes, I actually can. I actually can. And back in the days, I used to organize, well, let me just put it like this, like, the people would come to my house on the Fridays and Saturdays, and the only people that could come in were people that would either get behind the decks and play music, play instrumentals, or you would have to come in and freestyle. One of the two. And I would do both. And yeah, I did that for quite a long time, but I discovered early on that, like, DJing was the passion that I had. But you might in the future hear something where you can hear me rap. So yes, the answer is yes. So Sven, no, English is my second language, and I will call my English American English, but that's my second language. So Dutch is my first language. Born and raised in Amsterdam, so that is my native tongue. My native tongue is Dutch. Oh, that sounds dope, York. I even like the name, the Okinoki Go, a full automatic record cleaner. I'm gonna look that up after the show. I wanna see what that looks like. That just sounds dope, the Okinoki Go. I know I already missed a bunch of questions. Nash, what up? Salute to you. I saw a lot of questions about favorite, I think. Favorite DJ celeb? So guess my favorite DJ? I don't know. I like a bunch of DJs. Like first off, Jazzy Jeff always comes to mind. I've always just loved the way he plays. But there's more. There's more. Uh 69s, what's going on? Salute to you. Okay, and German is my third language. Yeah, I would have to see which language would be the language that I would be able to speak the most sentences or understand the most. Um, I don't know. I'll probably be able to understand quite a bit of German when people are speaking. Speaking myself, I would have to get into that again to be able to do that a little bit. I have the same thing with Spanish, and then there's a couple of other languages that I have an understanding. So when people we have a lot of people here in the Netherlands that are from Suriname, and I don't speak it. Like there are certain words from the language that are like uh, um, incorporated into slang. But if people are talking Sranangtongo, like Surinamese language, I can I can pick up a bunch. I can pick up a little bit when people are talking Papiamento. That's the language from Curaçao. That's like where my father's from, the Dutch Caribbean. But I actually understand less of that than I understand of some of the other languages. But German, because it is kind of similar to our language, it's easier to understand. We have a lot of words that are similar or the same. Kaizo, what's going on? Yeah, Lavender. I mean, Jazzy Jeff has been, I mean, he's just dope when he DJs. He has a lot of flavor, a lot of musical knowledge, and the skills to match. You have some DJs that have like incredible musical knowledge and they can play the greatest tracks. So song selection wise, they might blow my mind. But I love having a DJ that has the combination. So they have the technical abilities and that song selection. Yeah, that makes it really enjoyable for me. Nash, I have to say my top five changes a lot. Like I have my usual suspects that are in my top five, but um, it's really easy for me to be led to a couple of other names that would normally maybe be in the top 10. But then if I listen to a couple of their albums in a row, I'm like, that might be top five as well because I'm gonna end up with some of the usual suspects, and it's really I can't even make that a top five where I could put a specific MC because I'm talking MCs when we do this, not just rappers like proper MCs. I couldn't even say this one would be number one, but of course I will end up at the Rakims, the Big Daddy Kanes, the KRS Ones, Cool G Rap, Nas J, Biggie. Those are just some of the just best out there. But then again, if I've been listening to Black Thought for a while, I know Black Thought is in there. You know, people like Pun could have been in there if they had more. Their skill was incredible. Their body of work is just not as big. But then if yeah, I mean, we could talk about this for a long time. There's a lot of people in there. Like if I get in, let me listen to Jada and Styles for a while. Like yo, these guys are so dope, and there's so many more. That's why it's really hard to do actually. Yeah, like you said, Jazzy Jeff can take you on a musical journey. But what does that mean exactly from a DJ perspective? Um, I mean, I don't know. I think that kind of is where the DJ's personality also comes into play because for me personally, if I'm playing certain music, a lot of times when you play songs, those songs will make you think of other songs. So it might put you in a vibe where you're like, that vibe makes me think of a certain song. And I mean, I've had times when I'm playing and I just know that I'm super messy, not technically, but vibe-wise, it's going all over the place. In that case, I'm not in the pocket, I'm not in the zone. But if you're in that zone, it's just gonna make sense. That one song takes you into that next song, and I don't know, it just makes sense from a feeling perspective. Sven, I mean, yes, I think they're really dope as a live act. Jurassic 5 is super hip hop the way they do it. But it's true. I don't somehow I don't play it a lot. So you never played it. That is definitely not a fact. I have played it, but I don't play it a lot. That's true. And Roadrunner, do I teach DJing? Yes. YouTube.com/DJ TLM TV. That's where you can find what I teach, my tutorials and stuff. And this year I'm releasing a DJ course, but I'm not teaching in person. That's the one thing that I actually don't do. All right, next up. Salute to Serato, by the way. I gotta get some stuff out the way before I can grab this. That's the only tricky part. It's top of so full. All right, so this part is this is all coming from a large stack that I have up there. These are all compilation, and with a lot of these compilation joints, they're all like a lot of these came from Beat Street, Brooklyn. It's not there anymore. And a lot of these are just white labels because, I mean, there's not really a lot going on here. But it can be really confusing when a lot of these are all just in your crates and you can't see what is what. So I just want to pick a couple that I just know have tracks on there that I want to play on Monday. Again, for people tuning in later, this Monday I'm doing an all vinyl edition of my mix stream. So I got a bunch of these compilation albums that are just real convenient to have ready, because these are actually curated and they have a bunch of cool stuff on there, hip hop and R&B, and this is actually a little bit newer than a lot of the other vinyl I have, and even this is old, but it's newer than a lot of the other vinyl, with a lot of hip hop and R&B on there. So I just know that stack is going to be in there, but especially with all of these, I mean, I don't want to have like 40 of these in there because it's just so hard to see what is what. So I'd rather just take a look now to see what's going on here. Like with the other stuff in the wall, like a lot of those sleeves, it's pretty easy to see what's what. The title and artists are on the side, it's on the front, so I can just go through it while it's in the wall and pick some out. But especially with that row on top and this stuff, and I have like, this is like 1/20th or something of what I see there. So I just don't want to have too many of those in there. Oh, Kaizo, I didn't see that question yet. Wait, this stream stopped for a second. So the question is, have you ever had a stream or gig that no one showed up? How do you balance that? Okay, so yes. Definitely. And for whatever reason, either bad promotion or maybe the particular venue in the particular city had just too much competition, but I would be booked for a gig. It's happened a few times over in the last 28 years, a few times. And I can remember the last time that happened, and I got to the venue, but I got to the city, and I got to this like large, basically a sort of large, how do you call it? I don't know. It's kind of an inside square. It's a square, but it's surrounded by buildings. You go through a little port and you get to the inside, and it had all of these bars and spots there. But I just noticed that while I was walking, that there wasn't a single person on the street. To me, that was already kind of weird. Like, okay, it was like, I don't know, like I think a Friday or a Saturday night. You're expecting people to be out, and it was just like super quiet. Yeah, kill yourself. It's basically like a market. I mean, not really, but I understand what you mean. Yes. Yeah, Mixmaster G, that could be. The mic is right here, so when I move around, that might happen. I'm testing that out from this position. So yes, that is definitely a possibility. So is it still acting up now, by the way, that I'm standing here? Because I think it was when I was in a certain position. Because I see it's normal now here. Okay, got you. So it was quiet on the street, but like way too quiet. And I walked to the venue. The bouncers were there, like greeted me. Hey, I asked him like, okay, how's it going in there? Because I thought maybe it just means that everyone is already inside. They just gave me that look like, nah, dude, this is not it. I got in, there was literally no one there, just the crew, like the bar personnel, and that was it. Now look, it's not my party. I didn't organize it. But yeah, you're like, okay. You already know, like, it's not going to be full in 20 minutes. That's not going to happen. So you already know, like, okay, this is going to be one of those things. So basically at that point, I just asked the, I think I just asked my contact there, like, okay, let me know what you want to do. You know, I mean, I'm there. I'm going to make sure I get paid. And yes, I did get paid, because that is not my problem if they have an empty venue. So for instance, if they would tell me like, hey, you know, there's no one here, so we're not going to let you play, so we're not going to pay you, I would just say, hey, I'm going to go to that booth right now and I'm going to play. If that's how you would want to play it, like no pay without play, I'll play. I don't care if there's no one there. I'll play. I'll play tracks I like. I'm going to have a ball knowing that I'm going to get paid. But yeah, how do you get over that? Like in that case, you already know, like, hey, this is what it is. There's no one there. There's no crowd to rock, and just have fun. And I think I actually played for, I don't know, I think I played for a little while, and then they just closed the joint down. I mean, I've had other parties like that a couple of times where, again, due to bad promotion or whatever, there were just not a lot of people there. In that case, you just try to make the best of it and see if the people want to go with you. You find out if you can get those people that are there to enjoy their time, play music they like. That was mostly the case. If it's not the case, then I'll play for me. Then it's like, okay, whatever. With a stream, like the first couple of streams I did, there were a lot of people watching here. I know that. I had a couple of people watching, a couple of people stumbled across the stream, but that's it. Styles, I see a lot of people do it like this. That's why I wanted to test it like this, because when I saw people clipping it like this, my initial thought as well was, hey, shouldn't that be hanging on the outside? But I've seen a lot of videos where people actually just have it on the inside. I see people do the same thing with the lav mic. I always have my lavaliers on the outside, but I've also seen a lot of people who will clip a lavalier on the inside. Look, the actual microphone is at the top. So I have another one here. The mic is right here. So the mic, even now, the mic is not touching anything. It's just pointing right at me. So I think when I was doing stuff like this, look, I think I just clipped because then I touch it. But I actually wanted to try and test to see how it is. And I think for most of the stream, it's actually sounding pretty clean. I don't know if I always use it like this. It's not uncomfortable, but I do feel it here. So I think I might prefer to have my my lavalier mic just clipped here, and then I'll just have this one in my pocket. So this is basically just my first test with this. Invite some MCs and do a private party. Yeah, if you have the club to yourself. But in that case, I wasn't like in my city, so I didn't have like people anywhere near me. to do that. I had it at a festival. MJ Cole was spinning. Just a handful of people were dancing. And he made the best of the situation. Yeah, that's it. It can happen to anyone at any time. A lot of times it's not going to be the artist's fault. So it could be that the promotion was just horrible. That could be. Sometimes you might have like a way bigger organization doing something. And if it's in an area where there's not a lot going on, most people will probably be going to that spot. Because if the word around town is like, yo, everyone is going there, then you know no one is going to be at the other spot. So I don't know. It can always happen. In your earlier years of DJing, how did you market yourself to get gigs, and what did you do to stay booked? See, this is one of those things where I basically, how should I say? On the one hand, a lot of things just happened to me because I really rolled into this out of a passion. I just really, really like doing this. I started out by doing this on a monthly basis in a youth center here. And after that, I played at a local bar / club for a year for free. Every Wednesday, they had like a local jam session with a great band and musicians coming in. They needed a DJ to play in between. And that wasn't even hip hop. That was like, the band was playing like mostly like R&B, soul, funk. I had basically only hip hop crates, and I played there for a year, taught myself to do what I can do to make that crowd move with the records I had. Made no money off of that, but it helped me build an incredible amount of experience, reading the crowd, you name it. DJ on the ones and twos, I appreciate that subscription. I think like one of the things I did to do a little promo, and that got me a couple of gigs. The mixtape. That was our promo tool. So I'm not gonna say it brought me a ton of gigs, but it did make sure that my name went around town. So if people hadn't heard me play, they may have seen my mixtape. So it's something that can add on to it, you know. Beyond that, like not particular. I mean, I just went to do my gigs and perform to the best of my ability. Amsterdam is not that big of a city, so hold up. Let me just say, why would the auto mod hold that back? Vinyl Touch is just saluting Mixmaster G. All right, so I had to put that back in. I see Vest is gifting subs, so salute to Vest then. Yes. But yeah, so that was basically it. I did not do a lot of other things to promote myself. I basically just, it was basically a matter of show and prove. People saw me do my thing, and that led to more bookings, I think. All right. So I got to see what's going on here. Corey, John B. Beanie Man. Because I remember the first one I did with the all vinyl, I just grabbed an incredible amount from my compilation stack, and that was like a mess to go through. DHHHH, el último mexicano. Salute, salute. So Ryan, how to get your name out? Like I just mentioned, that was one of the things. Like what I did. I mean, it's not the biggest city. I mean, compared to small towns, Amsterdam is a big city, but it's not a crazy big city. First off, like I said, like I played at a spot for a year for free, but that got me a lot of experience. Plus, people got to see me play. It did lead to a couple of gigs here and there. The mixtapes I started to make, I was selling mixtapes. I was passing mixtapes out to people. They were selling my mixtapes at certain stores. At Vibes, that was a store we had here in Amsterdam. It was like a skate shop. That location actually turned into Fat Beats Amsterdam later, and they started to sell my mixtapes as well. So those are things that can help. Then, of course, I went to a lot of gigs. You might run into people, talk. That is networking. Even though I never did that actively, because I was in the hip hop scene, I was at the spot, so things do happen from time to time. We're living in a digital era, so it's different now. You're not going around with your mixtapes, but you can have material online. And like we were discussing earlier in the stream, you have to become an active part of communities so people know you, and then they might check you out. Same way people are here in the chat. For people that have been in my streams more in the last couple of months, you have probably met new people here. Even though you haven't met them in person, you now recognize their name because you've seen them here before and they've commented before. With that, that might lead to curiosity. Or if someone who's been in the chat for a while would now say like, hey, I made a new mix, then people might actually check it out. But if you just blindly go into whatever live stream or post and go into the comments and say, check out my channel, no one's going to check. So you have to actually become an active part of a community. Add value if you can, you know? That is the thing. Same with Mixmaster G. He's in here, and every time he's in here and people have some technical questions, I see him chiming in and helping people out. And at the same time, if he ever talks about his conversion tool, because he has a great conversion tool to convert your playlist from one DJ software to another, I'm like, go for it. And if he mentions it, I know certain people will check because they've seen that he has added value in the chat. But if no one's seen his name before and he just come in and say, hey, check out my conversion tool, most people probably wouldn't check. You know, that's the thing. That's just how it works. And if you make music and you make mixes that are a specific genre and you play specific genres, you can look online and you can search for hashtags on IG and you can find posts of those artists. And most likely in the comments, you're going to find fans, people who appreciate that artist. You can join in. And I mean, that is one way you can network online, but you also have to have material and be consistent with it, you know? Yeah. Yeah, Costa Rica, that's dope. I mean, I see the same thing. Like, people ask questions. I don't know the answers to everything, but then I see other people come in and they answer the questions. And I'm watching and I'm learning as well. That's the dope thing. But then you see people are adding value, and that makes you more likely to go check them out as well. Hey, Sam, what's going on, man? What are your thoughts on portable solution? iPad, algorithm DJ with a Mixtrack Pro FX. How do you like neural mix? Well, I did a live stream like 3 months ago when I was at home because of the blizzard. I couldn't go to the studio. And I did that entire live stream with the iPad and algorithm DJ. And that set was pretty dope. That was really cool to do. Now, with a controller, that set becomes even better because then I have more ways to actually work the software. So, yes, I like that setup. And Neural Mix is a very fun tool that allows you to do some stuff on the fly that you otherwise couldn't do. So for instance, I was playing 2 tracks and I was going to mix the one into the other, but instead of just mixing the songs, I took the vocals out of the track I already had playing. On the new track, I took the beat out, just brought the acapella in, and now you got a live mashup going on. And you can do that with Neural Mix. It doesn't sound perfect, but yeah, it works and it's fun. It's not there yet, like it's not a perfect sound, but yes, I definitely like it. Here. How much did I spend on my studio? Depends on how you look at it and what you would consider the studio. Like if we're taking a look at everything in this space, I think most of the money I've spent is right there, the vinyl. It's not even funny how much I've spent on the vinyl over the years. This is an accumulation of just like years of stuff. Like, for instance, I have 2 sets of monitor speakers here. The bottom set is a set of Yamaha NS10M studio speakers. I've had these since 1998. I bought them with the money that I won with Brainpower during a talent contest. So that is something that's been here for that long. 1998. Same with the amplifier for those monitor speakers, the Samsung amp. Been here for that same amount of time. I'm looking at a monitor that was a gift of a friend of mine who bought a new ultra wide, and he had this one laying around. And my other monitor that I use here is one that I bought on a site that is similar to eBay. It's called Marktplaats, means marketplace. I bought that for, that's like a 27-inch that I bought for 30 bucks. So you have to know how to find your deals as well. Certain times I'm lucky enough to deal with companies and they give me some stuff. And other stuff I just have to wait until I can afford it. I've been using Native Instruments machine to make my beats, and I've had that one here for, I don't know how long, 7 years, 8 years, something like that. I'm gonna upgrade to a Mark III, but this one has been around here forever. I don't even know when it comes to how much I've spent. I have a second set of monitor speakers, Pioneer speakers. Those are earned by doing stuff for Pioneer. I did like a master class during an Amsterdam dance event, and got these great monitor speakers for that. I don't know, I can't really put an amount on it, but here's the thing, like, it all depends what you want to do in the studio, how much you need to spend. You don't need to spend a lot. Like, for instance, if you want to have your quote-unquote studio to produce music, you need a computer. Maybe you want to have something like a MIDI keyboard, and those aren't expensive. I got an M32 here. That's not an expensive keyboard, and it's dope. A set of speakers, and then you can go. Like, and if you want to like edit videos, then yes, you want to have like a camera and a better graphics card in your computer, but it doesn't have to be like crazy. I now have my Elgato key lights here. I bought those after like using cheap, super big soft boxes for 6-7 years. I got a new tripod a year ago after using one for 11 years, and the last 2 years of those I had it held together by having a bandana strapped around it, because otherwise it would fall apart. So a lot of times I couldn't upgrade because there was just not an option to. So whenever I can, I'll upgrade something. Mike Afro Jam in the building, Enschede. De buren uit Enschede. Kill Yourself, Akai MPK3 Mini. That's a dope one too, right? I've seen that one. I've never used it. Super small. Prima, what up? From Brazil. And the South, Q is how much you get out of it. Yeah, that's it. Like, some people can get, yeah, the all black is dope. I've seen that all black one. Like, some people will spend like thousands on a studio setup, but sometimes you hear stuff from people that are in like studios that look super expensive, and then what they make is not impressive at all. I know people who've made like #1 hits. I mean, I have a gold plaque on the wall here for my contribution to a song that went gold here. My contribution was in scratches, and I know the beat was made on a piece of software that isn't even 20 bucks, you know? So it all depends on what someone can do with it, and that person knew what he was doing. Lavzin, salute, salute. Hey, Kelly Kell, hype man Kelly Kell in the building. What's up, what's up, what's up? So yeah, man, so it's not really about how much people spend, you know? Some things are, like, it depends on what you do as well. Like, I can understand if a mixing engineer whose profession it is to mix your songs to make them sound the best they can, they need to have like a proper setup with a room that's properly prepared for audio and the speakers, you name it. But then again, you don't need a lot for most things. I'm in a great position that because of what I did with my DJing experience and the content I started to make, that I also was able to connect with brands, and in a position to, in the past when I did a lot of sponsored deals with brands, because I had big tours coming up with Brainpower, and I would reach out like, hey, I'm gonna do a tour. It's gonna be like whatever, 50 dates, and I'm gonna do a club tour, you name it, set of turntables, mixers, all of that stuff, you know? So I built a lot of what I have through that as well. Some of the greatest records were made with next to nothing. Good example, DJ Premier. Yeah, I think you can go even back further than Primo, like how some of the old cats did it with like a super simple drum computer with like just some stock sounds in there, and recording it in the bathroom, and that turns out to be a classic hit that people still love to hear, you know? That's just it. It's true. SD Flipper wants to know, who can you hire to help with correct connections? But what are correct connections? So let me know what you mean with correct connections. What's your best headphones for listening or DJing? Okay, so there's a big difference there indeed, 100%. So for DJing, currently I'm still on the HDJ 2000 Mark II, the Pioneer joints. Probably seen these before. I need to renew mine. The insides are all messed up, but the Pioneer joints. And yes, I'm let me just because that still looks cool. That's not a sticker. That's lasered in there. That was a gift from Pioneer, but I like these headphones. Before that, it was the HD25 Mark II, the Sennheisers. Really like those as well. But that's just for DJing. So when it comes to when I'm in the studio and I'm monitoring, so I'm listening to music, but I need to have like a real honest sound, not too colored, not extra bass, and you name it. I have my Q701s right here, AKG Quincy Jones edition. I would not DJ with this ever because that's just not good for it. But for listening to my music while mixing, that is one that I really, really like. You actually get tired if you listen to music on those too long because you hear every little detail and it's like a brain overload. First time I used them, I was like tired after like an hour of listening to music, like hearing so much. Oh yes, Geo, indeed. That's definitely a humble brag. Doesn't even have to be humble. I'll brag with it. I just love these, and it was just a cool gift, like a gift that you actually use, you know. Over ear for listening. Yeah, I mean, I guess so for me too. Like these, I also use in ears, but I don't know. I take my headphones off too often to enjoy it with in ears. So this is the way to go for me as well. Hey Ralph, what's going on? Just tuned in. Don't know if you answered the question. When DJing on Twitch, do you have to worry about copyrights? Well, don't worry. You can ask that question anytime. I think that's one of the most asked questions. Anyways, I see copyright questions like every stream. So it's an ongoing conversation. Look, I don't worry about copyrights during my streams on Twitch. Haven't had any issues during streams. So you can mix on Twitch and during your stream, there's no issues. I haven't seen any of that yet. After I'm done, I will take the replay and delete it. If you leave it on, a lot of times, like most of it will be muted because the content ID system recognizes all the songs. Excuse me. So there's no reason to leave that on. But during the mix, there's no issue there. So for a replay, no. But I do my replays on Mixcloud, the audio replay. And yeah, it's working for now. And even on YouTube, I am streaming on YouTube again, but on my old channel, DJ TLM. So my DJ TLM TV channel is just for this type of stuff, the educational stuff. But I do want to have my mix streams on YouTube, so I do that on my old channel. So that's DJ TLM, youtube.com/DJ TLM. And I get like 60 emails after every stream, like copyright, copyright, copyright. The last one is still on. The ones before that were blocked because of certain content in there. But during the live stream, it wasn't really an issue. One stream did get cut after like 2 hours, and I got an email saying that it was cut due to certain copyright issues, but it had no specific mention of what song caused them to end my stream. But that was on YouTube. I have no idea which song that was. Sandra, what's going on? Salute, salute, salute. And yeah, for the people just tuning in, I'm currently going through my vinyl to pick out songs to play on Monday. Monday's edition of Crates is an all vinyl edition. Yeah, I have to listen to this one. So I'm going to have one stack that's going to be for sure. One stack that's going to be like a maybe or an I have to listen to that for a second stack. So this is a stack that I'm going to add to my crates. No idea if I'm going to play it, but I just want to have stuff in the crates. Oh, wait. Did I miss something here? Okay. What did you say? What did you say? SD said, wired properly for streaming or podcasting. I have the equipment, but just very new to the online show for fun. Yeah, and it is all about having fun, man. Just start doing it. Yeah, just start doing it. And yes, Full Force is awesome. Yes, indeed. Let's see, what do we have here? You do know my name, the remix. That's Alicia. And the other side, okay, yeah, that's going in there. That was one of those compilations. I'm using this one as well. I'm gonna keep it aside for a second until I have the rest of those here. Let me just move this back a little bit. There we go. No, this, yeah. What's here? Jada Kiss, Kiss of Death, No, 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 and popping them things. Yeah, definitely. So that's my main prep for that show. I play freestyle, so I go off the vibe. But if I'm gonna play vinyl, I don't want to have to run to that wall every time. So I would just want to have 2 crates filled with tracks that I just know I can play, and I'm gonna just use that. Adam Weinstein, what's going on? Do you know who I am? I'm your newest member. Well, you just introduced yourself, so now I know who you are. Yeah, Hype Man, I'm having a lot of fun with the vinyl sets, man. I mean, it takes you back. You have those certain limitations, but I'm also running into a lot of tracks that I just normally don't get to playing because I don't have them digitally yet. Nas Pharrell, yes, okay. Problem is, I'm probably going to see so much that I actually think I might want to play that I might end up putting them all in there. No, not that one. What's this? What's this? Okay, I have to listen to that. So I'll be in the studio for a little while tomorrow. So I'll probably take a listen to those then. Costa Rica, yes, that's my restream. I'm streaming through Restream. So I'm on the computer, and from OBS I stream to restream.io. I have a subscription there, and from there I send it to, in this case I'm on let's see, I didn't open that. Yeah, I'm on Facebook, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Twitch, and on Periscope. And Restream has their Restream chat, and that's what I'm using. It will send all of the chat messages to all of the platforms, and I can see everything in one chat. So like you see on screen, you just see all of the different icons. So Costa Rica is on Twitch, SD Flipper's on YouTube. So I can see straight away like, okay, that's where everyone's coming from. And yeah, sometimes it's all purple, sometimes it's all red, sometimes it's a combo. Every now and then you get that little blue icon from Periscope from the 1 or 2 that are there. So yeah, that works for me. That really works for me. The only thing that I hate, and I hope they fix it, is that Mixcloud is not part of that. So for my mix streams, I'm on Mixcloud as well, and I have to have a separate window open and make sure I check that because yeah, I forget sometimes. Wait, let's see. What did that? Image is frozen for you. On what platform? Wait, on Twitch, because I'm seeing myself on Twitch right now. Yeah, I'm seeing myself on Twitch right now, and my Twitch is moving. My Twitch is working. I'm watching myself on Twitch right now. So yeah, maybe do a refresh. That's weird, because you are in the chat. So it's just the image, but the chat is working. That's weird. Have you ever used the Rain Mark II? No. Only the Rain 12 Mark I. Okay, so Lavzin has the same issue. Black screen on Twitch. That is super weird. Like I'm literally now watching myself. I mean, go up. That's me right there. There's Twitch. And that's working. So I don't know. That's I don't know what happened there. So it never blacked out here, I think, but okay. Yeah, Max, DJ Max, the joy of playing wax. It is fun. It's definitely fun for me. But Lavzin, on the subject, I mean, I haven't tried the Mark II, but I can say just straight off the bat right now, without even testing them, I prefer Phase. I just know that. I just know that. The versatility of it. Now, if I'm having it at home, I don't know. I would have to think about that. I like the Rain 12s a lot. But I mean, the versatility with Phase, being able to use it with any turntable, you know, instead of having to have the Rain 12s. So especially for gigs, there's no Rain 12s anywhere. That's the problem. I have to bring them. And if I want to like do a combo with vinyl, can't do that with the Rain 12s. So from a use perspective, I would say Phase 100%. Now, if we're talking from a feel perspective, for now, I would still have to say Phase, but I can only compare that to my Mark 1s. I haven't felt the Mark 2s, so I can't comment on that. Chantal, thank you for following. Yes, I almost missed that one. I see you. Ryan, I guess that's a question, right? The best all-in-one controller for Serato? There's no best. If you're asking me what I would think would be the best all-in-one controller, I would probably pick a controller I haven't even used myself, the Rain 1, for the simple fact that it has the motorized platters, but it is an all-in-one controller with nice features. And if they feel anything like the jog wheels on the NS7, which I believe they do, I'll be sold. Hype man DJ Kelly Kel, thank you for tuning in. I will see you again. Yeah, and if you have time, Monday, the all vinyl edition. So yeah, the new Rain controller, that Rain 1, I think that's, for me, that would be the best all-in-one controller. But again, for me, there's no best because every one of us has different wants and needs. So for instance, if you're not into the motorized controller, then the Rain 1 is not the one for you. If I had to pick a controller for Serato and it's one with the, just normal jog wheels, I think there's a lot I haven't tried. So from the ones I have tried, I would probably pick the DDJ 1000 SRT. But there might be others that I just haven't tried yet. Gabriel, I said Gabriel, whichever one it is. Yes, I use Tractor when I'm playing with my S4 Mark III. So whenever I use that controller, that is the controller for Tractor, and then I use Tractor. That's basically the only time I use Tractor. That's a really nice controller as well. I've had a couple of gigs where I could only like bring one device. I didn't have a lot of space. That was perfect because I still had a little bit of that vinyl feel. And then I use Tractor. G-Ski rocks. Salute to you. What's your vinyl setup? Tables and mixer, old school style, needles. Okay, so for Monday, when I'm going to be playing all vinyl, it will most likely be the S11 and the Denon VL12s. I'm saying that because that's the set that's currently connected. That's going to work perfectly with vinyl. Not 100% sure. I have a bunch of different turntables that I could use. I like the VL12s. They're connected now. So the chances are it's going to be Denon VL12s, Pioneer, DJM S11. The needles currently will be the Ortofon S120. And hopefully I'm going to get my hands on the, that new vinyl series, the VNL series that Ortofon is doing. What are your thoughts about them being bought by another company? Yeah, Native Instruments. I don't know. I have no idea. Sometimes that could mean changes. Sometimes it could mean that they bought it for a specific division and they don't really care about the other parts. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to just wait and see. I mean, you could tell that the DJ part was not the focus for Native Instruments. I think that's pretty obvious. Like, they have released a couple of controllers, but I believe most of their focus is on the production side of things, with all of the different virtual instruments and software that they have to offer, which I'm really into, by the way. Sven wants to know if I have an experience playing with 4 decks. Is it useful? I really don't. No. So yeah, no, I don't really see a use for it. I think the only thing I did in certain occasions that was basically before scratch banks was that I had 4 decks and I would have scratch sounds in 2 decks, use the other 2 decks for mixing, and then every now and then switch to another deck to do scratches. But that was it. Like, I'm a pretty basic dude when it comes to like playing. I want just 2 decks and that's all I need to do my thing. Yeah, Tractor, I mean, Vest, I think it really is because it's just not their main focus. At a certain point, I think they thought Tractor would be the software for the DJs who want to do live performances. They came out with that S8 that had like no jog wheels. That was like, for a lot of people were like, whoa, this is moving in a different direction. They tried the thing with stems and that didn't really catch on. And yeah, I mean, they stuck to their own thing with like, basically, you would use Tractor with their controllers. You had to have their hardware. It worked with other hardware, but only limited, or I had a lot of issues with it. Where you saw some of the other companies just came out like, hey, this is our software. It's going to work with all of that stuff, which makes it a lot easier for more people to get into it. Yeah, and Sven, I agree. I think it makes it more complicated too, having all of those decks. Now, some DJs will do that and they'll play with like 4 actual real decks and mix with all 4 of them. It's pretty cool, but it's not the way I like to play. Vespa, does it work well with other stuff, with Tractor 3? Does it work well? Because in the past, that was an issue though. But maybe it did, but then I think it was too late already. An SD Flipper says virtual DJ for me. I'm gonna be testing that one day, like the newer virtual DJ for sure. Damn it, I wanted to go back. I missed out. Where was it? Someone asked a question about overlays. Where was that? I don't see it now anymore. A question about overlays. Anyway, the overlays, I'm using, most of the overlays you see here are coming from Stream Elements. That's what I'm using for my overlays. And with Stream Elements, I just go to their site. I have my account. You make overlays, and for every overlay you make, you just get a URL. And then in OBS, I can just select a new browser source, and you type in the URL, and then that overlay appears here. And what else? I think the only one that's coming from a different place is the Restream chat that you see on screen. So the chat box, that is something that comes from Restream, but it's also a URL, just a browser overlay. So that makes it pretty easy to work with. I still want to experiment. I know there's a lot more you can do with overlays and stuff like that. So at a certain point, I will find the time to look into that more. Gasby, what laptop are you using for DJing? And have you tried the Mac M1? No, I haven't had a chance to try one of the M1 Macs. I'm currently using a Windows Surface Book 1, and that is pretty old, and it is having a hard time keeping up with some of the stuff I'm doing with it. But for now, like all the streams you see me do with DJ software, I'm doing with that Surface Book, and I'm happy to have that one. It's a loaner, it's not mine. I didn't have a working laptop anymore, so that's what I have. So that's what I'll use for as long as it will work. Ryan, was that for someone in particular, or is that just a random Carlo Attendito plug? Because that's all I see. Check out DJ Carlo Attendito. So I don't know who's that for. Yeah, salute to Carlo. I mean, he makes a lot of dope content. I know his content, so I don't know if that message was for me. Yeah, I mean, most laptops will work if they have the right specifications. I mean, I've DJed with my MacBook for a long time. Then I DJed with a Lenovo laptop for a while, not like a particular expensive type model. Then I had my MacBook Pro for a long time, and that died. So now I have that the Surface Book Surface Book 1. Okay, Serato just released the beta that works with the Mac M1. Yep. What, DHHHH? You got the Rona? You good though? With the symptoms? Not that bad, or? I mean, it's so different for people. Are 7 to 8 hour gigs possible with phase because of the batteries? I don't know what their max length is, if they'll make it to that time. I do believe that if you're playing that long, it's probably best to have that dual set. If I had to play that long and I only had my one phase set, I think I would like keep an eye on my battery, and if I saw at a certain point that I'm getting a little bit low, but I know I still have quite a while to go, I think I would take one off and put it in the charger, put that deck on internal mode, and then play off the other deck. So load everything onto that one deck where I still have my phase. Anytime I'm mixing a new track, you hit the instant double so it plays on the other deck, the internal deck, mix the next song from that one deck. Then once the other phase is charged a little bit more, put that one on, do the same thing with the other one so I can charge them one at a time. I think that would be like my my on-the-fly solution for that. But I mean, 7 to 8 hours is, I don't know, that's pretty tricky, I think. DHH, okay, I missed that. My laptop got the Rona. Hey, let me see if I can get a vaccine for that laptop. Okay, so the Serato Beta is for Big Sur, not the M1 yet. I see that. Do you have any tips for doing long transitions and staying in beat on vinyl? Mr. Falk, I mean, if you're playing with, if you're using music that has been quantized, so it's not played by live drummers, then once you have the beats matched, even on vinyl, it should stay in sync. Now, of course, you just got to keep your ears open. And if you're doing that long transition and you're doing a lot with EQ and everything, you just still keep your ear on that sync to hear, hey, is it still playing okay? And most of the times, like let's say you have them playing in sync because you match the beats, but somehow there is some sort of fluctuation, or one turntable is just somehow a little bit faster. After a while, it might get a little bit out of sync. It should only take like a little tap to get it back in. So during long transitions, you just, while you're playing around, you just keep your ears open and adjust if necessary. Yeah. Sven, I did not have time to check it yet. So once I get a chance to test my NS7, and if I get it working, then yes, I'll definitely do a crates episode with it. Yes. DJ MS7 versus Rain 70. DJ Tyson, I'm not sure. I haven't tried the Rain 70. I've only used the 72. But that being said, I think just from a user perspective, I would prefer the S7 because I prefer the Pioneer workflow over the Rain. Even though they're pretty similar, but they're not exactly the same. And I'm really familiar with the way the Pioneer feels and works. So I guess I would choose the S7. Yeah. But I mean, you can't go wrong. You're going to get a great mixer with both of them. That's for sure. Ryan, I don't know. What kind of summer camp are we talking about? That is beyond my expertise, bro. All right, let me get back to this. See, I need to just hook up my my Omni so I can just listen. That will make my life a little bit easier. Let me see if I have a cable laying around. Just to see if I have an extra USB-C here, because I'm already using quite a few. Excuse me. Let me see. That's a question for everyone. Everyone there, because I see you're talking about the grids. How many of you are really into using the grids, adjusting the grids? That is a question from me to you. I just say that because that is something I, up until this point, have hardly ever spent any time on adjusting grids in my tracks. Hardly. Not never. I mean, I've had it a couple of times in for instance, Record Box that I load in a track and I want to set a first cue point and I see that the grid is off and I'll just change it. But beyond that, I mean, no. G-Ski Rocks. Yes. I've been using the S11. I've used it for, I think, 5, maybe 6 of my recent live streams. I actually have it connected in the back there right now as well. I really like it. For me, it is what my S9 was my favorite, and I wanted a screen. And now the S11 gives me a screen. Now it has a couple more features, of course, but yeah, for me, that is just really something I like. S11. Mr. Falk says, never did it in my life, just readjust and beat match if it's wrong by ear. Yeah. Blyce says the same thing. Agreed is on beat. Yep. Have you used any of the Serato green screen background? No, not yet. No, not yet. I mean, I have a green screen. I've thought about using it one of these streams, and every time up until now when I stream, I get in a couple of minutes before I have to start, and it already takes me too long to set everything else up. So I haven't used it yet, but I will, and I'm downloading the packs so I can use it. Mo Berry, let me grab that for a second. Even though I don't currently need one, no, that's just for my hands. I have this one here, but this is, I think this is a Dutch company, so it's here. That is like a special gear disinfectant to clean DJ gear. You spray it on the surface, soak for 2 minutes, and wipe down. I don't know if there's anything special in here, but again, this is like a, I think it's made by a Dutch company, so you're not going to find that over there. Trying to see if there's anything special when it comes to the ingredients, but I honestly don't even see ingredients right now. Yeah, so no, sorry, that's no help for you. But this was a gift, so I will be having this in my DJ bag when I do go out to play. I mean, I always carry the Glycerona with me, and this is going to be here. So hands and gear, both in the bag. What was that? The best DJ bag, in my opinion. I don't know. Currently, this is my thing. This is one that has everything that I need. The Jetpack Prime XL. It has a lot of pockets, a lot of things in there. I mean, I can show you real quick. I have the rule to never play a track twice. What do you think about that? I really agree. Where can I put this? I need to make sure I have these apart. So here's the thing. I use the don't play tracks twice rule probably 99% of the time. Let me put it like that. Mr. Falk, yes, Dutch, Amsterdam, born and raised. Half Dutch Caribbean. If a DJ already played the track, I'm not playing it. If I played the track, I'm not playing it again. There's been, I think in 28 years, a handful of times that I actually did play a track again. And that was either because a track was like brand new and it was just such a damn banger that I played it, and at the end of the night people were all hyped, the vibe was really there. I was like, yo, playing this one more time, and freaked everyone out, and that was a vibe. The other time was at I think like a wedding. I've only done a couple, and that was like where the bride really wanted to hear that song again because she kind of missed it the last time. I already played it at that party. Hey, I'm like, yo, that's the bride right there. Bang, let's go. But normally, I'm like, no, there's no need. There's so much music. Why should you play tracks twice? So many DJs come in with like their prepared little set, and even if it's been played twice, they'll still play a track again. Yeah, I'm not into that. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, so Costa Rica is having a lot of things are working with the M1. So even though Serato hasn't said that it's for the M1, I see here that a lot of stuff is working. So I guess that's only good to hear. Sven says, oh, come to Germany. Some DJs play the same track up to 5 times. Awful. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I always try to make sure I can get to a venue at least an hour early so I can hear what the DJ before me is playing, because I don't want to play a track that the other DJ just played. Now, there's been times that I've missed it, and then you would play a track, and I could just tell by the reaction, like, wait a minute, that was not the energy I was expecting. And then someone would tell me, like, yeah, they just played it 15 minutes ago. And of course, if you play a track 15 minutes after it's been played, unless it's the most popular track of the moment, it's not going to have the same response. So, yeah. Hey, we got the people from Lottie Dottie Party now hosting the stream. So salute to the viewers there. And I just saw a question from BG Trans. Do you perform at a lot of clubs in the Netherlands? Well, currently, no, not because there's no clubs open at all. Lottie Dottie just came in with the raid. Lottie Dottie is a party organization right here in the Netherlands, and I've played for Lottie Dottie, and they'll let you know as well. Like, we don't have venues open, but yes, in the time that venues were open, I've probably played close to every spot that we have here within the last 28 years. So this is my home base, so this is where I've done most of my gigs. I've done gigs in other countries, but not that many. So I've played the Netherlands. I've played in Belgium, which is next door. I've played in France once. I played in Germany at a festival once. I have not been in Canada. I see a question there. I've not been in Canada. I've played in the US, but only in Philly. So one time, Philly. I've played in the Dutch Caribbean, Curacao, done a gig in Aruba as well. I've played with Brainpower in Poland. I've played in Macedonia, Athens, Greece, Barcelona. Probably forgetting a couple, but it's not. I've definitely not been one of those DJs who's like touring all over the world all the time. Like, out of country gigs have been sporadically, so most of my gigs have been here in the Netherlands. Now Belgium is right next door. We've done a ton of gigs in Belgium because it's half of Belgium speaks Dutch as well, so we can understand each other. So yeah. Why do you like the screen on the S11? What feature of the screen are you using? Oh, damn it. It just disappeared out of the screen. I was reading the question. What feature on the screen are you using the most? Browsing crates, loading tracks, looking at the waveforms, customizing effects. Basically browsing and sometimes looking at the waveform. That's it. The thing I like the most about the screen is the fact that I have to spend less time looking at the laptop. So I have to spend less time there. And I can just be here. That's what I really like about the screen. In certain occasions, like yes, the waveform, not for mixing, but more for if I want to have a sound queued up, or if I'm playing a track and I have to set a cue point. I don't have to look at the laptop. I can just look right in front of me at the screen. I find myself still looking at the laptop because I'm just not used to it. But when I do, it's just comfortable to have it right in front of you. I don't have a lot of experience using it for other stuff, but yes, I could use it for the effects as well. So for me, it's a plus to have it there. Do you know a good track from D4L except Laffy Taffy? Well, I wouldn't even call Laffy Taffy a good track. I mean, it's okay. It's okay. I'm not going to call it a bad track. It just got really boring really fast for me. The production on it and the hook and everything. I think I probably maybe know one more D4L track, but I don't even know a title. Hey, DJ FTR, welcome back. In the middle of a workout. Wanted to say what's up. How we feeling? Everything good here. Have a good workout though. No, focus. You don't need to be into this DJ talk right now. Focus on the workout. Definitely more important. 69, I haven't tried the Prime 4. It looks dope to me. Same with the Brain 1. Those are two of those controllers that I would really like to use. And I mean, that's not, Prime 4 is not even a controller. It's the all-in-one unit. But yes, would love to use that. DJ Costa Rica, I appreciate your contribution to today's chat. And see you next time. So Vinyl Touch, like Canada, is definitely on my list, though. That would be really dope. Hey, Marcia, what's going on? Let me see. Oh, Mixmaster G. Would be bad for the DJ leading up to you to play Dunsplot. I have stories about that. So for the people not from here, Dunsplot is a track by Brainpower, the artist that I've been touring with for 23 years. That was like a major, major hit. So basically every gig we play, that song will get played. And even during the time that it actually was a hit, we've had it happen on several occasions that we came to do like a festival. They had like a DJ there. And that DJ, meaning well, would think or thought that it would be great if they would play Brainpower songs before we go on to do the show. Which for all DJs out there is the absolute dumbest thing you can do. If you ever get to open up for an artist and that artist is going to perform after you play, do not play that artist's songs, because most likely the artist is going to perform those songs after you play. So yeah, I've had it happen that I was setting up on stage and I just heard the intro. So that track starts with a particular like percussion intro. I heard that intro. Now for me, that was like an instant, like someone just shot the start shot for a race. I heard that sound. I dropped everything. I located the booth, hopped straight over there, and just told the DJ like, off right now. So it got cut off after like 20 seconds into the song, and that DJ was like shocked, like he didn't understand what was wrong. So I mean, I didn't let it go out of hand. Just explain to him like in a normal fashion, like, that's actually not what you want to do. That's the biggest hit. When we go out to perform, a lot of people are going to be waiting for that song. If you play that now, you're just taking that anticipation down a little bit. Don't do it. But yeah, it has happened numerous times. DJ Blythe says, fun fact, it's produced by Mani, who is a great DJ and streamer as well. That is not just a fun fact, that is an absolute all caps fact. Mani is one of those DJs who also proved that consistency is the key to growth on Twitch, because I think he's streaming almost every day. It's minimum 5, but I think it's 6 or 7. Like, always streaming. And he's grown. I think he already made it to partner and everything. And that's the DJ I was a DJ team with for a bunch of years. Like, that is like one of the true like party rockers. Yeah, 100%. No, I don't have disco lights. No, I actually need to get a light or some lights, because I have the sound switch here, and sound switch allows you to connect your DJ gear to some lighting, and I haven't had a chance to use it. So Sven says, in Germany, Laffy Taffy is a big hit. It's played on every hip hop party. Yeah, I mean, I know. I mean, it was a hit here for a minute too. I just think it's a very boring song. Like when it first came out, I was like, okay, cool. The hook, kind of boring too. It worked in that era because everything that came out then had that kind of production, and people liked the simple thing. But that's never been a track that if it's played that I'm like, oh, yo, they're playing Laffy Taffy, let's go. But I know it's been a hit in plenty of places. But that's another thing. Like, that's where a DJ's flavor also comes into play. That's not a track that I would say I would never play, because I've played it. I have it. But it's not a track that I will play often. If you don't feel like playing a track, even if it's a hit, I feel you shouldn't have to, because there's plenty of other hits you can play. But then again, like, it's different in different places. That's why you can never tell what it's going to be like in different places if you haven't played there, because some tracks might not be a great hit where you're from, but then you go to other places and then they could be like the biggest thing ever. I've had that happen, that you walk into a club and people play a track and you see the entire club go absolutely buck wild, and you're just like, whoa, for this song? Because you tried playing that song in your area and it's not working there. And then you're like, okay, wasn't expecting that. I play a minimum one verse. Sound is very interesting. Yes, exactly. That's what I mean. Very much the monotone style of that track. The production is nothing more than the And it's like, na lavi davi, na lavi davi, oh, na lavi davi. You hear it once, and indeed, it's cool for the first while, and people were doing the little steps with it. But then the second verse, second chorus, same thing, same thing. Roadrunner, great question. Do you like smoke or fog machines? Hate it. Hate it. I understand the purpose for lighting, so I totally understand why it's used. But I don't like inhaling all that stuff. A lot of times people were using it at the wrong time. I remember plenty of gigs where at the moment within the show where I do my DJ routine, they thought it was a good idea to add like extra smoke. And then people can't even see me. So no, I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan. Black and yellow, black and yellow. Yeah, mixed master G, but like I said, like even if it's like even if they're using stuff that's not like harmful, just the fact that when smoke comes in and it blocks the view, I'm just not a fan of that. I prefer to just not have that. But again, I totally understand that for lighting purposes, a lot of times it looks really cool. I know, like if you look at a stage and you can see like all the light beams clearly, I understand, but yeah, not my, I prefer to have it not on stage if possible. All right, let's see if I can make this work. This one is pretty short, but maybe it's enough. Where did I just put the, all right, here. So I need to have, to be able to check some of that vinyl out real quick. Because with some of those songs, I'm looking at just, some of those white labels will just have like a title on there. And I'm not always familiar with what is actually on there. So this is something that can help me out there. Wait, just make sure the speaker, okay, that looks like it's up and on. So it was something I needed to check real quick, because with some of those white labels, it'll give you a title and you look at the title and you're like, what was that again? So for instance, when I see one of ours, I don't remember what that is. So being able to just check that out real quick is definitely a plus. Okay, that's the one thing when you're playing like full size. I have to make sure I put this in the middle so the audio is on. So let's see what's going on here. Wait. I know I changed the pitch when I recently used it. That's not the normal pitch. I can already hear that though. that? Prodigy?
We up in this bitch now, nigga.
No.
Yeah. First word, no shit is fault. I lust drama, blow scammer. I'ma be like this to the old timer. And what? I sound nigga written now, give a fuck. Shorty, we can fog it up and back of the truck. Tint it out. You don't have to duck.
Yeah, it is. No, that's not 50. That is not 50. Let's put the EQ on flat. See if that's how does flat sound.
I lust drama, blow scammer. I'ma be like this to the old timer. And what? I sound nigga written now, give a fuck. There on the bench with a dime goose, we drinking beer to drink off. Get that money, wipe a nigga smell.
That's Mobb Deep. That is Mobb Deep. But I think it's possible that there is like a freestyle version, like a 50 version and a Jada version indeed. But this is the Mobb Deep. And yes, this is going to be played on Monday. That is for sure. I saw something about my favorite current Dutch rapper. I don't know. I have to think about that. Like current. I see some of the current coming by. I haven't heard much that made me say like, oh, okay, that's dope. I mean, I have some people here that I really like though. I wouldn't call them like new. They've been around for some years. You got Moklomaniac. You got guys like Sepa. Salute to Sepa, by the way. You got a couple more. I'd have to give that some thought. So I like some. There's a lot of similar sounding dudes out now, by the way. Like really a lot. That I listen on the radio and I don't know which one it is because they sound so similar. Yeah, Ruthless. This might have been on America's Nightmare. I have that full vinyl here somewhere as well. Let's see what this is, by the way. When I Victory, I think of Diddy and whatnot. But wait, what did I do? Did I move the fader? Oh yeah. But I don't remember Victory 2004 though. Really?
Better now than never.
What is that doing? Is that I gotta turn that volume down a bit. That is really too loud. It's already a horrible sound coming from that little speaker. Why does it sound horrible? What is going on here? That is the Diddy thing, but why is it sounding like the pitch is wrong? What's my guitar?
Boo, 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 boo. Yo, who that?
Who this?
Open the door. Tell that nigga Jack to come out.
Who that? Sound like Ghost.
Jack?
Who that? Who that?
So you said what now? You got the whole this twisted. Who that?
Yeah, Ghost. Okay. Just for the Mobb Deep track, it's coming. That is for sure. Yeah, but the thing is, the pitch was the same on the other side. I mean, I didn't change the pitch. The Mobb Deep sounded okay, but this one sounded really weird. But okay, never mind. It's good. Where did I just put the other stack? Right there. There was something else I needed to listen to, I think. Was it this one? I had another song that I just needed to hear real quick. No, that wasn't this one. Okay, now if I run into anything else, I can play it. La-di-da-di. La-di-da-di. When's your next stream? You had a stream with DNS, or is that already... Has that already been done? No, I already saw this one. I was going to use this one. Where's the rest of that stack? Let me take these out because these are going to be played. right, let's find a spot for these. Because again, I don't want to start out on Monday and I have no idea what to play during the vinyl set. So I want to have some prepared now. But like I think like basically everything in here, with the exception of a couple, is all that white label stuff. So you need to really check to see what's going on. Like with some, it's cool. I can see just by looking at this, like, okay, this is like a Rough House compilation. I see Cypress, I see Chris, I see Lauren, Nas, Pace One. I mean, I can already tell, like, I can have this in there because it's going to have, like, a bunch of joints on there that I will most likely be able to play. Not knowing if I will play them. But look, it has, like, you got, like, How I Could Just Kill a Man. You got Fuji La. You got Halftime right there. Killing Me Softly. Fuck Compton. Cheapskate. Insane in the Brain. Doo-Wop. Yeah. Oh, and there's even more. You got I Declare War by Pace One. Yep. That is definitely coming. That's a no-brainer right there. All right, what else? What else? What else? What else is in here? Blackstreet Deep, no. I don't remember this one. I have to check for a sec. Yep. Oh yeah, that's going right into that warm-up. That is going right into that warm-up. That's a little bit too slow, but that Justin and Brian McKnight, yes. This was kind of slow too, or if not. Let me see, what was this? Super slow. No. I'm taking this for the Justin joint. Yes, indeed. And yes, Pace One is dope. Let me pick out the couple that did have sleeves so we can see what that is. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's why I love the compilation albums. I mean, I love going to the wall of vinyl, but it's a lot, takes a lot of time. I want to have a couple of these in there because I can just go in here and grab so much. Look, these right here are two Neptunes collaboration albums. Do you know a few good songs produced by Bangladesh, except the song everybody knows, like Amelia 6'7"? Yeah. Wow, by heart, I have to think about that for a second. There's one Rich Boy track I really like playing. That's also a Bangladesh joint. And there's more. I have them. No, I honestly can't think of them now, though. All right, so we got Mystical Nivea Danger, Formal Invite, playing that for sure. Beautiful Snoop. The Daft Punk track, Nori Super Thug, Foxy with Candy, Limp Bizkit with Method, the Neptunes remix, Busta Pass to Courvoisier, Milkshake remix, How Come You Don't Call Me, Alicia, Rolling Stones, Nori, and on the other one you got All Dirty Bastards Got Your Money, Slave for You by Britney, Just Wanna Love You, Jay, Shake Your Ass, Caught Out There, Build Them Sugar. Look, man, can't go wrong. Neptunes. Woo! Yes. So a couple of those in the crates are just a great way to make sure you can always go there and grab it. It's the same with like a compilation like this. And I have a couple of those and they're just going to be in the crates. But besides that, I really want to find those tracks that are like, ooh. So I'm not going to spend too much time in the compilation because with all those white labels, I can't tell from the side. But with the other ones, the ones like this, I can actually see from the side where they are and just pick them out. And I have like a couple of those label compilation albums. Yeah, oh yeah, the Neptunes are going to be there on Monday. Like I said, they're going to be there. But I have like a couple of those compilation albums that are like from labels as well. And those are pretty dope to have. Okay, there we go. We got Nervous Hip Hop right here. Nervous Hip Hop. Let's see what they got here. So on the Nervous Hip Hop, you got like a bunch of Black Moon, Smith & Wesson, Mad Lion tracks all together. Yeah, that's in there. And then you got your Purple Ribbon All-Stars, but Big Boy. I don't remember what was on here again. But you got like Dungeon Family, Killer Mike. We got here Sleepy Brown. Yeah, I'm going to take this. I do need to listen to some of these songs, but that's going to be in here. I'm not sure what my oldest record was. I think it was a compilation, some sort of compilation record called Enter the Rap Zone. I think that is the first or one of the first, and it had like a Eazy-E track. I think Easy Does It was on there. Like a Queen Latifah track was on there. That was one of the oldest, but I don't remember. Nah, that's not even true. I mean, my oldest vinyl for sure was some sort of 7-inch single, and I don't even remember for what song it was. But like back then, that was how you bought music, either on vinyl or on tape. So I should have some older stuff than that. Do you have Beautiful by Mary J. Blige on vinyl? Ooh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Is there a way I can see that real quick? Let me see real quick if I can find that. Because I know where my R&B is. So let me quickly see if I can find the M. Oh, there's a lot of M here. That's L. Where does M begin? L, L, L. We can take a quick peek. Let's take a quick peek at what we can find while we're in that M. Sorry, I have to change that mics. Might want to add some mic there too. This side. Mariah, yes, Double. That whole album, Double. You got Mike, got Monifa, Mary, Maya. Let's Marry, but it's No More Drama. That is Maxwell, Montel, Music Soul Child, Mariah, Mona Lisa. Mary J. All I Can Say, Maya Cisco, Mike, Mashonda. Ooh, I want to play that. Nifa. So you're talking about a 12-inch, right, Lavzin? Maxwell, Monifa, Montel. Macy Gray, Monica Mystique, Monica. That's another. No More Drama, no. Music Soul Child, Rocha, Monica, Mario. Oh, I'm definitely playing that 18. Montel. All right, let me check some more. M, because there's way more M. Yeah, Lavzin, I actually think I might only have that on one of the white labels. I know I have that on one of those compilation joints, like on a white label. I think I actually played that on I think I actually played that during the first vinyl edition, if I'm not mistaken. M. I already saw some N in there, so I don't want to. I think I'm going to be mixing up a little bit of M and N. Gotta watch that. Mary, Monica, Mariah, Monica, Mint, Q-Tip. Oh, that's a dope track. That's a different Mary J. Mario, Mike, Mary, Mario. No. Mystique, no. Oh no, wait, featuring Black Star. Why did I think of Smith & Wesson when you said that? I was thinking of another track while I was in. My bad. That's dope too. As you can see, Mary is in here, but not the right one. Woo! Juicy Fruits. Actually, let me just put that apart right now and play some Juicy. Monifa, Mary Montel, Maxwell. No, that's not. And there we go to N's. Okay, I gotta make sure I don't mix these up. Is that only N? Is that only N? That is N. Next. Don't want to mess up my M's and N's here. Oh yeah, I'll be playing this one too. Pretty sure. But I want to make sure I keep that separated. So no, I didn't find it here. I know I have a bunch of black white label things, and it could be in there. DHH, no. Yeah, I mean, I know I have one or two Macy Grays also on some compilation, but no, none of her own releases. And don't ask me why. It might be that at that time I was already buying less vinyl. So yeah, I'm not sure. And I don't know what happened to her either. That did get real quiet, indeed. A word? I didn't even know it was 10:30. Okay. And let's see. Well, you know what? I think I might have to end this so I can do some more work without the distraction, because this is not really going as fast as it should, and I have some more work to do. You can check me out here on Sunday with Plugging In, of course. And I hope to see y'all here on Monday for Crates the Vinyl Edition. So I'm going to make sure I have like a bunch of tracks ready, and then it's going to be freestyle and fun. And I'm already looking forward to that. So without further ado, I want to thank y'all for being here. Anything else happening on Twitch? Anything that might be interesting to check out? Because I haven't checked, so I don't know who's out here right now. No, 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 no. That does not look interesting right now. Anything else? No, I don't really see anything going on. All right. We'll look again next time. I got to get back to work. So, wait. Oh, DJ Shorty is on now with Cleveland? Is that happening now? Why didn't I see that? Why didn't I see... Oh, there he is. Okay, Cleveland is on right now. Okay. With DJ Shorty. Yeah, that's actually really cool. That is actually a cool one. That's a cool one to check out. So I think that will be the most interesting one to do now, because like we're talking DJ, so it never makes too much sense for me to go into a DJ who's playing right now, since we're already in that talking vibe. So I might just do that. Cleveland Terry, let's put that in. Let me get on. Where's my creator dashboard? Let me get back here. Where's my / raid? K-Flash. Or Flash. Could also be. Salute to you. So let's say hello to the homie Cleveland Terry. I think that's a cool thing to do. And while I listen to them, I can continue on with my vinyl. All right. See y'all later, man. Peace.
Made millions off of it. It doesn't work for me. So I have to, you're only going to know until you try it. Then you only have to know one step, just one, to get started, and that will inform the rest of your stuff. Rather than just sitting and not doing anything and just taking forever and then losing your motivation, being like, I don't really want to do that. When really, maybe you should have, and now you're just missing out on the great opportunity. So yeah, anyway, I'm getting off my soapbox.
No, it's fine. And the other thing, I've always been the person that would do something and then I'd bring other people in to kind of, build together. At a certain point, it's okay to be a little selfish for your own personal growth.